What is up, everybody, and welcome to World's Biggest Collectors, episode 37. It's been a while since we've done a World's Biggest Collectors, the show where we bring on the biggest physical media collectors in the YouTube and the social media spaces. How are you all doing tonight? Are you doing well? Is everybody doing good? It's Blues Day Tuesday. Did everybody grab some good physical media releases? But yeah, I've got a special guest. He's waiting down there. Should I bring him in? I think I should. I think I should. He looks like he's ready to come in. His name is Steven from Off the Shelf Movie Night. What's up, man? How you doing?
What is up? Doing great.
I'm happy to have you here, man, because I've been watching your channel. I've been seeing you do your thing and stuff, but I feel like there's quite a few people that may not know you yet. So I want to get some eyes on you, get some eyes on your channel, and let people know about Off the Shelf Movie Night.
Man, I appreciate that. I've been following you for quite a while.
Awesome, man. Awesome. Yeah, I was gonna get into that here in a second. I don't know how long I've been subscribed to you, but you know how sometimes you'll just get people that comment, and sometimes like I'm bad about this, but I'll see people comment like movie fan and just be like, Blu-ray king or Blu-ray fan, and there's just all these names, and I don't like realize everybody's got channels until I start to dig into it. And I think it took me a little bit to realize that you had a channel, but once I discover it, I became a big fan of you and your channel. I've been watching your stuff pretty much, I think, since probably the end of last year. But you do good stuff, man. You're very knowledgeable on film. You're a big time physical media collector, and I'm happy that you're here tonight.
I appreciate that. There's so many cool physical media channels out there, and I've discovered a lot of them from your channel, actually.
Yep.
And it's such a cool community, and that's the whole reason I started doing it, is because I think sometimes when you're a physical media collector, because there's very few of us, I feel like we're in a vacuum sometimes. So it's just cool to have people to talk to about it.
Yeah, for sure. I didn't even know this stuff existed like, I don't know, 3 or 4 years ago until I got on here and I was like, oh, there's people unboxing Blu-rays and physical media editions and all this stuff. And then I started learning about Steelbooks and all that. Before all that, before like 5 or 6 years ago, the only thing I knew about physical media was like going to Walmart and getting the latest Blu-ray or DVD.
Yeah.
I didn't even know about all the boutique labels and all that stuff yet. So I was a pretty big noob, but I'm definitely learning. But happy to have you here tonight, man. I'm going to let you, promote yourself and your channel real quick and let everybody know in the chat what you're all about over at Off the Shelf Movie Night. The floor is yours, sir.
Awesome. Thank you, sir. I'm Steven. My channel is Off the Shelf Movie Night. I do a lot of what you guys see. I do unboxings and pickups and that kind of thing. But I think what I try to do a little bit is my actual day job is a filmmaker. I do documentary filmmaking. So I try to bring the filmmaking sort of perspective into how I feel about movies and my reviews and discussion and that kind of thing. But yeah, if you're into physical media, come on over and let's have a conversation, because that's really why I'm here. I want to learn, and I've learned a lot of stuff from a lot of you guys already. So I want to share and learn from you guys and talk about movies. That's what we do.
Sounds good, man. Yeah, I learn so much from everybody in my comment section and everybody in the chat. That's like all the time. So I'm very thankful for everybody always dropping the great knowledge. But Stephen, I want to know, before we get into the chat, we got 54 people in there watching us right now. I thank you all
Awesome.
for being here, and I'm definitely going to get to you and as many comments and questions as I possibly can. Definitely start leaving us some questions in the chat. This isn't Ask Us Anything, but before we get into it, I want to dig into you a little bit as a collector, as a movie fan, and I just want to know, where did it all start for you as a movie fan and a physical media collector? Did it start kind of at the same time? I know people of a certain age, like I always talk about how growing up, like I just collected VHS tapes and DVDs. I didn't feel like a collector. That's what you did because it was the only way you could watch the movies that you love. So when did you become, a movie fan, a physical media collector? Where did it all start for you?
Well, I guess I was. I've been a movie fan since I can remember. My grandfather used to have a lot of VHS tapes, and I think from that I got just sort of accustomed to them being around. And then eventually I started getting them too, just because some of the things that I like, especially horror movies, were hard to see otherwise. And because we were a video store family, that was our
Yeah.
thing. We would go one night a week and rent movies. I started to see the movies that I really liked, the previously viewed, and they're used. So I started buying those and getting not, I don't think I was a collector at that point though. I just had some, I think when DVD really kicked in and I got a little bit older, that's when I became a collector and just started
Yeah.
buying up everything that I like.
Actively using like your paycheck, your money to buy stuff.
Exactly. And now that I'm a grown ass man, as they say, I
Yeah.
spend way too much money on this stuff.
It's a losing battle, with physical media. It never stops. It never
And
stops.
I'm a victim for the most part, a willing victim to the upgrade cycle. A lot of people
Yeah.
complain. I know people who refuse to upgrade from DVD. But the other thing about me is I'm legally blind. I have a vision impairment. So the better quality the image is to begin with, the more of it I'm going to see.
Yeah.
So when we went from DVD to Blu-ray, that was epic. And I think in a lot of cases with certain distributors like Paramount, for example, and Sony, and then the boutiques, they really give us epic upgrades in Blu-ray in 4K too. So I'm doing it. I feel that Scream Factory pain upgrading all my John Carpenter movies.
Yeah. Yeah. Did you get the latest John Carpenter release?
It hasn't
That showed you before?
arrived yet, and
I got
I'm
this
having
escape.
so
Oh
much.
my goodness. Oh my
Oh,
goodness.
I'm
It's
having
beautiful.
so much jealousy
I got
about that.
I got the vinyl on it. I don't usually do that, but I did it for
I
this.
didn't do it, and I didn't do it on purpose because the last thing I need is to start collecting vinyl also. And I know if I get one in here, I'm going to be like, well, the Halloween soundtrack is so good. I would love to have that vinyl. And then,
Yeah.
I love all John Carpenter soundtracks, and that's where the rabbit hole will begin. So I
That
just ordered the regular 4K with the slip. So that's what I'm waiting for.
I'm starting to get into it a little bit, and it kind of scares me because when I rewatched Terminator a couple months ago for 1984 month, I loved. Is it Brad Fidel, right? Brad
I
Fidel's
think that's
score
right. Yeah.
to that movie so much, and I was just
It's
listening to
so
it in my
good.
car and stuff. I was like, I got to get this vinyl. I was like, I don't care. I was like, I don't collect vinyl, but I got to get this one. So I was looking online, and there wasn't a good version of it available. But then come to find out that Zavi's going to release one here in a couple of months in July. So I went and pre-ordered that.
It,
But
that's what I'm the most excited about, that Firestarter movie that's coming out. The new
yeah,
remake
good
of
Carpenter
Firestarter
working on the
is
score.
Carpenter's doing the
Yeah,
soundtrack.
yeah.
I'm going to go and experience it.
He's
I
still
would
got
go
it,
anyway,
man.
but
I mean, I know it's him and his son now, but I mean those both of regardless of how I feel about the movies, the new Halloween movies, like the scores of those movies are some of the best. Um,
yeah,
so yeah, I think
I
they're
hated
incredible.
those two movies, but I did like the scores of both of them a lot.
So you didn't like either one? Neither
Mm-mm.
one? Not even 2018?
No, I did not like 2018.
Now, was it a thing where you didn't like 2018 when you saw it in the theaters like immediately, or did it take you a little bit of time? Because
Oh
I think
no,
it's okay now, but it blew my mind when I first saw it. But now
I
it's like it's okay.
immediately didn't like it.
Okay.
It just didn't work for me somehow. I feel like there's I understand the homage point of it, but I feel like there's this desperation to try and be so much like it. And John Carpenter, as much as you think you can replicate what he does, you can't do it. It just feels like a wannabe or a me too to me,
Yeah. It's just gotten to the point where it's not the spirit of Halloween just isn't there, and I don't know if you can
Mhm.
really recapture that. So it's kind of like why bother just to put Michael Myers on there? Why don't you just try to create something new?
Yeah, I would like to see what they would do new. Take those inspiration that they have and that passion and bring us a
Yeah.
new
Does it
IP.
have to be Michael Myers?
Exactly.
Can it be Timmy Johnson or something?
I mean,
Um,
really, at
you
this
know,
point, to me, the sequel is just good for, a drinking game.
you know what
Everybody
we
drink
need?
when they say evil dies tonight. Everybody take a drink.
I want a franchise built around this character. You might be familiar with him. Uh, Good old Rat Man right there.
I'm
Our
familiar with him from last week.
All hail our overlord Ratma. I
I
need a
think
franchise built around Ratma. I need multiple
I'd look at
movies.
that.
I need Ratma 1, 2, 3. Go back to the old numbering system. I don't want none of this bullshit. Ratma, Revenge of Ratma. I want the numbers 1, 2, 3, 4. You can do
I'll buy the
subtitles
I'll,
after that.
I'll buy the second sight big box releases of those movies.
I mean, hell yeah, man. Hell yeah. But
I would do that.
yeah, man, physical media. So you got into collecting DVDs. When did the Blu-ray bug bite you? Because for me, it took a little bit. Like I didn't really get into Blu-ray till like 2015, 2016.
I jumped in pretty quick. See, I have a pretty bad history with early adopting
Yeah.
because I had at the time Blu-ray came out, I had an Xbox 360.
Yep.
And I don't know if you remember, but they were supporting HD DVD.
Yep.
And they had the little add-on, the attachment. So I
I'd
bought
never
that.
bought an HD DVD though, even though I had the 360 before the PS3. I was still on DVD. I was like, I don't
Well,
need
you
to
had
upgrade.
to buy the attachment. You couldn't put the HD DVD into the console. You
Oh,
had to buy
okay.
the
Yeah, I forgot all about that.
Yeah, it was a box, like an extra player that you attach to it.
Yeah.
So I bought it and I got some HD DVDs, and of
And
course,
that's why PlayStation 1, because it was all ready to go. Like you didn't have to buy
it
anything extra.
yeah, and I think
Yeah.
porn started coming out on Blu-ray, and that it was
I bet
over
that
at
I
that
did
point.
not know.
It did, yeah. Porn was a big pusher for
Thank you.
Blu-ray.
Thank you for that insight. Um, but yeah, with Blu-ray, so after I got the PS3, I think in '08, I got the 360 in '06. But after I got the PS3, I ended up buying I think Tropic Thunder, Terminator Salvation, and like X-Men Origins Wolverine, and Cloverfield. I think those were like some of my first Blu-rays. And then after that, I just stopped for like 5 or 6 years. I was big into gaming back then. I didn't
Mhm.
watch like a ton of new movies. I just didn't care that much. I was just more into like the new video game releases. Um, so that kind of overtook me for a while. But
Well, it's hit or gaming is always hit or miss with me because with the vision impairment, it's certain things I can play and
yeah,
most things I can't. But
I just
usually
don't have time anymore. It's just, it's
I
I don't have the
do
patience, I guess.
the
Attention
only
span.
thing I have the Xbox Series X, and it's really a 4K Blu-ray player and a Dead by Daylight console because that's really all I do is play
Yeah.
DVD.
I do
Um,
want to get back to gaming at some point. Every now and then I'll play, something with my kids, but it's very few and far between. I played the new Spider-Man game when it came out, and that was the only game I played for like the past 5 or 6 years.
yeah, that looked
Um,
fun.
but let me jump into this chat here. I don't want to, I don't want to
Sure.
neglect the chat. We got Disc Completionist here says OTS Movie Night is the man. Glad to see you have him on. Awesome.
Oh, thank you so
Awesome.
much.
Caveman Movies and More is here as well. Says found someone else to sub to. Great community, and thank you for sharing interesting personalities and channels. Well, thank you for being here, man. And yeah, I forgot to say it, or maybe I said it, but your link is down below your YouTube channel. So everybody in the chat right now, 70 people in here. If you haven't subbed to Off the Shelf Movie Night, hit his link right now, and then come back to the stream.
Thank you.
Subscribe to the channel. And yeah,
So
you will not be disappointed.
do you want to know?
I
Like,
got your TikTok down there as well. Is your
oh
TikTok and
man,
your Instagram?
I got so into TikTok in the last couple of months. It's
I've
ridiculous. I'm
seen
like,
you on
what is
TikTok.
happening?
I get on there like maybe once or twice a week, it feels like. And every time I get on there, you got a few videos on there. I'm like, oh, he's killing it over on TikTok.
Well, and you know what it is? It's because when we do these videos, you said it the other night during your stream that you could put 3 or 4 or 5 hours into a video, right, for
Yeah.
YouTube. But when I'm on a heavy production schedule, like I'm starting a new documentary project now, it's easy for me to grab a phone and shoot 3 minutes and
Yeah,
then go back. So I'll
for
do
sure.
2 or 3 things like that. But like I got some pickups over here and I just flashed them on my TikTok and I'll do a full unboxing and review and all that stuff over here on YouTube where we can, dig into it.
TikTok can be fun. I'll be honest though, sometimes if I'm making a TikTok video, because I'm notorious for making long videos anyway on YouTube. It's just
Yeah.
I can't control it. So when I get on TikTok, I'm like, oh, I
I'm
only have
thankful
a
for that.
minute. I only have a minute. Yeah, and I feel like I'm just feel so rushed. I know you can go longer than that, but I like to put music in there, and you can't put music if you go over a minute. Even though I could probably add my own music, but anyway, it
They
stresses me out sometimes, and it ends up taking me like an hour to do a TikTok video when it should not take me that long at all. So then I just don't
That's
do
so
it.
funny.
And my
So
highest viewed TikTok videos are like just me going to Walmart, be like, "Hey, this is on the shelf this week," and then I'll put it on TikTok real quick, and it gets like 10,000 views. The hell, man!
that's all your fans from here going over there to see if you went shopping
Yeah,
on Blues Day.
pretty much. I remember the first Tuesday, I put out the video that said I'm not going to Blu-ray hunt anymore. Then I put out a TikTok because me and my wife went to Walmart one morning because we had to get a new doorknob. So I went over to the physical media section. I was like, West Side Story came out, and I showed it and put it on TikTok, and people immediately were like, "I thought you quit Blu-ray hunting.
That
What
was
is
me. I
this?"
did that.
Oh, did you do that?
Yeah, I was one of them. Yeah. I was like,
I was
wait.
like, I didn't do an actual hunt. I just did a little TikTok because we happened to be in Walmart. Of course, I'm going to go to the physical media section if I'm in Walmart. Come on now.
Of course you are.
I'm only human. Come on.
Exactly.
But let's see. Tim Talks Talkies is here. Says, howdy, y'all. Hopefully everyone had a great new release day and grabbed all the titles you wanted. I can't grab all the titles at once. It's just that would be too much money. I have to pick and choose. I did end up double dipping and getting Jurassic Park on 4K with a slipcover, even though I just got that collector's set. Because it's so nice. It's just so nice, and it's
so
clean.
nice.
It's the original poster. It's just like my VHS tape when I was a kid. I love it.
So I've gone through this issue before with space, having enough space for all my movies. So I think now I overthink every purchase too much, right? So I saw those coming out and I was like, I want those. Those are cool. But I have a pretty strict rule set upon myself that if there's no new bonus features, that I'm not going to double dip. So then I have to make a decision. Do I keep the set that I have, or do I flip it and go get the individuals with the slips? I haven't made that decision yet. I don't know what I'm going to do.
It's tough because you know when Dominion comes out, they're going to release a 6-film box set, and then you're going to be faced with that dilemma. But it's like,
but you know what?
I don't care to have the set and then get Dominion and add on to it. That really doesn't bother me. Really doesn't.
Yeah, well, you said it the other night. Is these newer movies? I'm not that big on them.
Yeah.
So I don't even know. It'll have to be pretty good for me to buy it because I didn't really like the previous one.
If it's like Fallen Kingdom, if it's of that quality, I will not buy it when it gets released. I'll wait till it goes down Black Friday something, and I'll pick it up. So, because I didn't buy Fallen Kingdom on 4K until just now with that set.
Funny.
So, I didn't like that movie.
If they put a 6-film set out and it comes, it drops to $50 on 4K. For 6 4Ks, that would be the magic number for me to do that.
Yeah. For sure. Johnny Darko says hello all. What's up, Johnny? Mary with Media, my wife's in the chat, says hey everybody. Holland Notes says good evening. Good evening, Holland Notes. Ben Buster said yes, Tim, I did, which was really nothing. So he did not pick up anything. Well, Nothing with Sandra Bullock came out today, so Ben Buster was out. Don Morton says greetings, programs. What's up, Don? You getting the Hitchcock set, Ben? You like classics, so it's worth grabbing. It's a good set. It's a good set. Are you picking that one up? I seen you do your Hitchcock video today. I know you got that nice, Hitchcock house set, but
yeah. See, that's what kills me is I like the consistency of the 2 new sets that are out, but I like the design of the box set I have so much better. I don't know. I haven't decided yet because I know they're gonna. Well, I don't know if they're going to do any steelbooks for those individuals, because that box set to me is sort of more of kind of B-list titles where the first set is like
I'm of the mindset that they probably won't, just because they did the slips at the same time as the box sets. They didn't do that before. They did the box set and then they waited like 4 or 5 months to do the slips with the steelbooks. So it would be weird if they just did the steelbooks by themselves. I just don't see them doing that.
You pointed something out in your unboxing of it too that actually helps me not be so tempted. Is they didn't put a volume 2 and a volume 1 on those sets.
Yeah, what was
when you number stuff? I want the numbers. When you number things, it's deadly for a collector.
That kind of upset me, and I didn't realize it. I guess that was in all the images I've been showing for months, like on the physical media report and everything. I never realized it until I actually had it in my hands. Like, this doesn't have a volume 2 on it. What the hell? You call it volume 2. Why'd you not put it on there?
So you actually may have saved me some money because you unboxed it and I'm like, these are not my favorite Hitchcock movies.
Well, usually with the unboxing, I'm trying to, tempt people to buy stuff. So I'm glad that I had the opposite effect.
For that one. For that one. Now you got me like having FOMO over that vinyl.
Oh, it's so nice.
Oh
I just
god.
like the box that comes in. I may never play the
Oh, it's
vinyl, but
so
this is
pretty.
nice.
Yeah,
This is really
it's so
nice.
nice.
Yeah, like shirtless Kurt Russell. I mean, you can't go wrong with that.
Oh yeah,
Uh,
but see,
Physical Mediac says, "Hello, all." Convicted Cinephile says, "Ahoy there, movie geeks." Let's see. Ben Buster says, "Grabbing it. You'll love it." Happy 4K Tuesday, everybody. Vengeance Media is in the house. I need to watch my entire 15 Phil Hitchcock Blu-ray set before I can justify upgrading them to 4K. Probably a good idea.
reasonable. Okay, that's a weird thing. I'll tell you that I've talked about a little bit on my channel, but I have a I have a rule for another rule for my purchasing. If I cold buy something that I haven't seen before, I have 2 weeks to watch it. I have to watch it within 2 weeks of purchase, and
Or
I know
what?
that's
You'll
hard for.
sell it?
Well, no, that's then if I don't have time to watch it, then I can't buy it. I don't buy it. Only
Uh,
and that
well, have
keeps
you
me
ever
from
had a
keeping.
situation where you bought it and then you just didn't watch it and you went back on your promise to yourself?
Um, since 2020, no.
Or you are that good with your time management that you know
Since
exactly what you have
2020.
time to watch?
Previously, well, I also don't buy in large quantities either because I really in this last year been focusing so much on boutiques.
Yeah,
So I may only buy a few movies at a time,
they get
and
expensive.
yeah. So if it's 3 or 4 movies, then yeah, I can easily do that in 2 weeks. But that's only cold buys. Like when I buy that, when that Escape from New York comes in, I know that belongs on my shelf because it's a wonderful movie. I'm thinking more about things that I haven't seen before that I thought it looks good. Let me just give it a go. You know.
Man, yeah, like I was telling you, I watched that movie last night and I still I don't know if I've actually seen it. I feel like I've seen parts of it when I was a kid, but man, did that movie hit just right last night. I was so into that movie, every part of it.
I'm
It
so
was
glad to hear
awesome.
that because I love it so much.
Yeah, it was definitely awesome. I was like, it's always that case when I finish watching a movie I've never seen. I was like, damn, I wish I had seen that a long time ago. But then it's awesome because I get to, discover shit that's awesome for the first time.
I feel like I want to do like a psychological study on John Carpenter in the late 70s through the mid 80s or late 80s. Well, maybe actually
Yeah.
further than that because in the Mouth Madness too. But it seems like every movie he put out had this really nihilistic ending, including that one,
Yeah.
where when you think about how that ends, They Live ends, in the Mouth of Madness, that all these movies end very, dark.
And the Mouth of Madness is one of my favorites. That movie blew me away when I watched it too. That's
I love it.
probably I haven't seen Vampires. I would say In the Mouth of Madness is probably his last like great film. Would you agree
Uh,
with that?
yeah, 100% agree with that. That's the last really
I've
great thing.
seen what is it, Ghost? What's it called? Ghost of Mars.
Ghosts of
I saw
Mars.
that when I was a kid. I don't think I ever want to go back to it.
It's
Um,
bad. It's kind of funny because Ice Cube is funny in it,
yeah.
but it's not good. In the Mouth of Madness has a very underrated score also.
Oh yeah.
It
Yeah.
just
It's
rocks
like
that score.
yeah, it's like when I started watching it, they had like the newspapers and stuff, and like that heavy rock score comes in. And I was like, damn, this movie's gonna kick ass. I just knew it
Yep.
from the opening. Basement Blue says, "Hey guys, what's up, Tony? Did you go to Blues in the house?" Says, "What's going on, everybody? What's up, man? Movies with Brian's here. What's up, man? Let's see. Hello, hello. Trying to get to people I haven't called out yet. This completionist says, "Hey, what's up, everyone?" I think I already called him. Scaps is here. Says, "Hey, what the movie with the flying bike? Is that part of Moonfall?" That would be interesting if they did fly a bike into the moon in Moonfall. I don't
I
think they
mean,
did though.
listen,
Yeah, that's the other thing I got today was the Moonfall Steelbook. I
have you
couldn't.
watched it yet?
No.
No, you just got it. So I saw it
Yeah.
in the theater.
Is it worth me buying?
Okay, it
The
depends on
Steelbook's
if you can
beautiful.
watch.
Look at this
The
thing.
Steelbook is gorgeous,
Oh my
and
god.
for me, the movie was so bad. I was like watching it like a comedy. I was laughing at it so hard.
Man. Look, I
Um,
am a Lionsgate Steelbook completionist. I have
and
just decided that with my purchase of Moonfall, I will literally buy anything that they put out.
for good
Everything.
reason because
And they
they're
put
all
it on
gorgeous.
sale. They put it on sale. It was $3 off. So look, it was like all the stars aligned for me to buy that thing.
So that one would be my girlfriend's fault, not that movie. Well, actually, that movie she wanted to see that, but Steelbooks because for the longest time I didn't really care about Steelbooks. I prefer like the hard box releases more. Like that's just more of
Yeah,
a thing.
I'm
But she
kind of the
likes
same way, but
she
the Lionsgate ones are insane.
Yeah, they're gorgeous. Well, Lionsgate's changed the game because there's like the clear slips and all
And
that
did you
stuff.
see, the Event Horizon one that's coming out from Paramount? They're doing the same thing. Like it's almost the same design as the Lionsgate. So I think people are going to start seeing what they're doing and how successful they're being, and
But
start
here's the
doing the same
problem
thing.
with that one. So I have the sneaking suspicion I know what you're gonna do, but that one's missing a bunch of the extras that the Scream Factory one has.
Yeah,
So are you gonna double dip? What do you think you're
I'm
gonna do?
gonna double dip. Yeah, I'm not gonna get rid of my Screen Factory. I don't know if I'm gonna get the Steelbook or the slipcover. 'Cause I'm not gonna grab both of them. I
Yeah,
do love the movie, but I don't love it that much.
right.
So I'll
That
for
steelbook's
sure
gonna be pretty though.
I'll for sure get it on 4K. I'm not gonna lie to myself and say that I won't. I'll get it. So I just don't know which version I'm gonna get yet. Whichever
Yeah,
one looks better, I guess.
it's
But yeah,
go ahead.
it's a good looking. So like somebody, people were commented about the zombie hands.
The
I
zombie hands.
Yeah, there's like zombie hands. They're like, there's no zombies in that movie. There is a part of that movie where there's a bunch of hands coming up, right?
In wait, which movie?
Event Horizon.
Oh, I'm gonna have to revisit it because when I saw that artwork, I couldn't quite place where those came from either.
I'm pretty sure there is.
They
It's
got they.
small.
I'm
It's a
sure
small
they.
part of the movie. There's not like a bunch of zombies running around, but there's a sequence that justifies it being on the cover.
It has to be.
Almost
Yeah.
positive. Let's see. Adrian James in the chat. Judd 3300's in the chat. Welcome, guys. Derek's here. I don't know if I called out Mike Ellie. Says, hope everyone is well today. Cheers, friends. Let's see. Did you go to Blue? Says convicted cinephile. What's going on? Don't tempt me on a Criterion VHS. They got Criterion VHSs still? They should release them brand new. Somebody commented today that they are going back to collecting only VHSs on one of my videos. And I didn't know if they were joking or not. So I
So
said,
the
good for
only
you.
yeah, the only thing about that is that I understand is man, that VHS packaging is some of it's really cool.
Yeah. Yeah. Grizzly in the house. Darvin's here. Yeah. Scaps has the right idea. Hit the like button, everybody. Hit that like button. Carrie Bork says, good morning, everyone in the room from me in Australia. How y'all doing tonight? We're doing good, Carrie. How you doing? Let's see. Vengeance Media. Arcadian Cinemas in the chat. What's up, man? Deadpool Fanatics here. Scaps wants to know if Tony's drinking from his mug. What mug does he have? What mug do you have, Tony? You got a cool mug? I love this man on Twitter. Are you on Twitter?
Me? Mm-mm.
Yeah.
No.
Oh, man, he might have the wrong idea then.
Maybe so.
Let's see. Followed and subscribed. Awesome. Chandler's here says, hey, everyone. How's it going tonight? Dominican Scott's here. What's up? Sean Johnston's here. Just subbed to OTS, says Convicted Cinephile.
Oh, thank you so much.
Awesome. Yes, everybody sub right now. Do it. Do it. Damn it.
Do it.
Do it. Do it now. KB Loves Movies is here. What's up, man? Says, hey, everybody. Nice to meet you, Steven. Subbing to your channel now. Awesome.
Thank you so much. It's great to meet you as well.
Chandler asked the first question from the chat of the night. He says, if you could go back and watch any movie in the theaters, what would it be and why?
So is it like a movie I haven't seen in a theater?
I'm guessing what the spirit of this question is, I think going back and revisiting a movie that you love that you didn't get a chance to see in the theaters because you're too young or weren't born yet.
Oh, okay. You know what movie would be? I see. The problem is we have an art house theater here in the city that shows old movies a lot, so I've gotten to see a lot of things. But I can imagine it probably was pretty great seeing The Shining in the theater when it first came out.
Oh yeah,
I think
that's a good answer.
I think that'd be pretty amazing.
Yeah, I've never given that one as an answer, but that's a good one. That is a good one.
I mean, just like the shots of the little kid on that big wheel and that thumping sound as his big wheel rolls off and on the carpet is just in the theaters. Special.
Do you know off the top of your head? Because I don't, how was The Shining? How did The Shining do in the theaters? How was it received back then? Was
I
it a
don't
film
know.
that grew over time? Was it kind of like an
Y
art house film back in the '80s? Like, I just don't feel like it was a big deal when it came out.
I don't know. I'm not
Yeah,
sure.
I need to go
It's a
back
it's a
and
good
look into that.
question.
I feel like
I
it'd be
know
like a
there's
Hereditary or something back in the
yeah.
'80s, like something that
I
didn't do good.
I know there was controversy because Stephen King hated it.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, so I wonder if that factored in, if he was like, I don't know if Stephen King did any publicity. "Don't go see this movie, it's crap, it's not my vision." I just don't know if any of that was going on, when it came out, or if he didn't even know anything about it until it came out. I imagine
right.
they let him watch a screening of it before,
You would
um,
think.
but who knows? Come on, you need to start collecting vinyl. Tim's a vinyl
Oh God,
madman over there.
stop it. And it's funny because I would only want vinyl of movie soundtracks. That's what all I would buy. I don't need
Oh,
like regular
absolutely.
music, but there's
Absolutely.
so many great movie soundtracks, and it's just, and I don't even have a record player, so it would just be simply showing my love for those things is all it would be.
Yeah, I would get, you know, uh, all movies, soundtracks and scores, and also Limp Bizkit's $3 bill, y'all. I would get that one as well.
Well, I mean, everybody needs that. Don't you have that on your phone already? It's your ringtone.
Yes, I
'Cause
do.
that's
Uh,
awesome.
absolutely. Movies with Ryan says, "Oh, so being a filmmaker, how does your vision impairment impact your job? Do you make adjustments to make it easier on yourself?" That's a good question. That's a
I
good
do.
question.
I do. It's a really good question. It's So you have to do two things. The first thing is if it wasn't for technology, the digital technology that a lot of filmmakers complain about, which I complain about too sometimes because I like the way film looks. But now with the digital technology, I can have um, lots of times. And I don't shoot. Well, I do shoot. I shoot B camera a lot of times, but I have
Yeah.
a cinematographer that does the shooting for me because he can rack focus and do the things that we need done, and I can look at it on a 24-inch monitor. And that's I use big monitors, and I'm I'm a good delegator. I'm a team builder. So in those spots where I really maybe have some trouble, I'll find a filmmaking team. And the cinematographer that I work with, we've been doing, gosh, it's been 10 years we've been doing work together. So he knows what I want and almost nails it almost every time. So it's just
Nice.
that's it. Yeah. And then when I built this house that I'm in now, I built a production space in here, and there's videos on my channel where you can see the room. So when I do my work in this space, I have a 140-inch projector screen that I put stuff up on, so I can get close and really see
I
everything.
I don't know if it's the same room, but I've seen you take shots of, like, your theater room or whatever.
That's it.
It looks like
Yeah,
it literally looks like you're in a movie theater.
yeah,
Um,
that's it.
it's, like, huge. But yeah, it's a sweet setup, though. It's a sweet setup. Let's see, and don't let it scare you, Ken. Let the black wax call to you. Uh,
Let the licorice pizza call to you.
let's see. Big shout out to Kenny Lowell. So glad you got this back. Congrats on 10K also. Thank you so much, Cal. Thank you, my
Oh
sir.
yeah, I want to say that to you here on the show too. Congratulations, well
Thank you.
deserved.
Thank you. Thank you. Arcadian Cinema says, got my tickets for Firestarter. Is it come out Thursday? I didn't know it came
Oh, I
out
guess it's
Thursday.
time. I guess it's time.
It's time. You're gonna
Everybody's
have to
still coming
drag
off the
yourself
big
to.
Doctor Strange thing.
Yeah,
Oh
did you
no,
see
I'll be
Doctor
there.
Strange?
I did
Did
see it.
you see? What's your thoughts on it? Do you like it?
So I mostly did like it. Yeah, I mostly did. I think it's like I'm a huge early Sam Raimi fan. I of course Evil Dead, the Evil Dead trilogy, but I also like Dark Man and some of the other things too. And when you watch this movie, it's like a clashing of two filmmaking styles.
Yeah.
There'll be Sam Raimi stuff going and it's amazing, and then it'll go a little more formula Marvel and then come back to it. But I think it's real cool though. I enjoyed it. It's a fun movie. It's the
I
best
thought the
movie
same.
in Marvel since Endgame to me. It's better than anything that's come out since Endgame.
Okay, so you liked it better than the No Way Home? Everybody,
Okay,
or do
okay,
you count
so
No Way Home?
I kind of sometimes don't count No Way Home, even though it
'Cause it's its
technically is
own
part of
thing.
it. Yeah, and um, I like No Way Home a lot too, though. But yeah, I'm notoriously don't always count Spider Man for some reason, and I
Well, I
should.
mean, it's technically Sony. It's technically
Yeah,
Sony, so you could get away with not counting, I think. So if you're not counting No Way Home, I I might say the same thing. I think I would say the same thing. Definitely my favorite. I enjoyed it a lot.
Yeah.
There's problems I have with it, but
I have
overall,
problems with it too.
I
Yeah,
had a
I
lot of
agree.
fun with it. I had a lot of fun with it. Um, let's see. Matthew says, best movie soundtrack. Best movie
Oh,
soundtrack.
wow.
That's an interesting question.
That's a tough one. Are we talking about score or soundtrack? That's two very different things. If you're talking
I
about
When they
soundtrack,
say
I can name it.
soundtrack, I've had this come up many times in a movie collection battle. It notoriously came up. I would count soundtrack as licensed music that's in your movie.
Oh, that's easy for me.
Um,
That one's easy. Maximum Overdrive, 100%. That's my
the
favorite.
ACDC. That's a good one.
Yes,
That's a good
sir.
one.
I'm a guitar player myself, and I learned to play guitar on You Shook Me All Night Long. So,
Yeah,
yeah,
I would say you got Ghostbusters. That's a good one.
it's so good. It
Dazed and
really is.
Confused has a really good
Oh, yeah.
soundtrack, and
Anything
Forrest Gump.
Cameron Crowe. Cameron
Yeah,
Crowe movies have
Fast
great
Times is
soundtracks.
amazing soundtrack too.
Fast Times. Yep.
But yeah, Forrest Gump also is a big one. I think Forrest Gump has the
Mhm.
highest selling soundtrack of all time of any movie. I think
I mean,
it
that
has
would
so
make
many
sense because it
classics in it.
crosses so many decades.
Yeah. Let's see. I'm looking forward to John Carpenter's score on Firestarter. I know it should be
Me
pretty cool.
too.
I didn't even know that was coming out this weekend. I think it's going to be on. I hate to be the guy that's like looking forward to something coming on streaming, but I think it's going to be on Peacock. So I'll
Well,
be looking forward to watching that at home when I get home from work Friday.
oh no, I'm doing my pushing 100.
I know that's it. Do you
You
want to talk about that real quick? Because
sure?
that's an interesting little challenge you put on yourself for this year.
That's something else that I do once a month on my channel. Is I do a pushing 100 update, and it's a New Year's resolution that I made to see 100 new release films in theater in 1 year this year.
And
So
that equates to what? What is that? I'm pretty decent in math. It's like
it's
8.
about 2 a week.
It's like 8 a month.
Yeah, you got to
With
see.
the 4 months being 9, pretty
Yeah,
much.
yeah,
But yeah, 2 a
and
week.
I don't get to see movies every week because of scheduling and stuff. And but what I do is I'm kind of an introvert extrovert. I love being around people. I love my production space being full and we just hang out, watch movies. But then I like some time to like sit by myself and like not hear anybody talk to me. And that's
Yeah,
when I'll go to the theater and I'll see 3 movies back to back and get cocktails at the theater. And
that
that's how
sounds
I'm
like a
catching up.
dream.
Oh man, I
I used
know.
to love going to the theater, like, I would always have to rush because I've dropped my kids off at school on a Tuesday, and then I would rush to the theater to catch a 9:50 showing, and if
Yeah.
the movies were just the right length, I could squeeze 2 in before I had to pick them up, and I would get 2 movies in on a Tuesday sometimes, but, yeah, I used to be, all about the theater. Just
But
not so
yes,
much.
I have to see a lot of bad movies. I've seen right at 40 films already this year, so I'm on target.
That's good. But yeah,
Yeah,
because you put that challenge on yourself, you have to watch movies like Moonfall.
exactly,
And
exactly. I just saw the Fantastic Beasts movie, and
Blah.
uh, yeah, it wasn't, and it
I
was
haven't
so
seen it. I
long.
don't know.
It was so long. I'm like, can you just end? Um,
Was it like Batman long? The Batman.
yeah, except Batman was a better movie, and
Yeah.
I'm notoriously someone who doesn't love that movie. Um,
Yeah.
and then I saw the animated thing that's out now, the Bad Guys.
Oh, you
It,
saw that one? Yeah.
yeah, I
You
saw.
got
Yeah, I
see,
saw.
sometimes you gotta see some kids movies too. You gotta
I
squeeze
see.
them in.
Yeah, and I don't mind a kids
I
movie,
didn't
a
get to
good
go see
kids movie.
Sonic 2. I really wanted to see Sonic 2. I didn't get a chance to see it. So I'll have to
Well,
wait
I
for
don't
the
know if it
kid to
means
pick for that one.
anything, but I liked Sonic 1. I liked the first one,
Yeah.
and I hated the second one.
Oh, really? That's
Yeah,
interesting. Yeah,
yeah,
I thought the first one was okay, but, I was excited to see the second one because it had, like, Tails and doesn't it have
yeah.
Knuckles in it and stuff too?
It's like
I don't
nostalgic in
know
that
why
movie.
why that equates in my head as it should be a better movie because 'cause it's got more characters in it, but for some reason it does. Um,
I saw the Nicolas Cage movie. It's a lot of fun. That movie's
yeah, I really
really
wanted to see that
fun.
one too. I really wanted to see
Yeah.
Everything Everywhere All at Once. I've heard great things about that. X, I was disappointed I missed, but the X is coming out on physical pretty soon, so I'll get to see it.
I'm not buying that one though. I'm holding out. I'm holding out to see if A24 is going to give us
4K.
a nice 4K edition. I would love to
It
have X
probably
in a
will.
package like Lamb.
Yeah, that Lamb set was good. I really liked Lamb. I
I
like
did
that one a
too.
lot.
It's a weird movie, but I liked it.
It's an odd, weird, crazy movie, but like when you get to the end, like it really hits like on an emotional level, which is what
It
I
does.
appreciated about it.
I agree.
Because it was crazy, but you know, it had the emotion too. Everybody drink a shot when Kim brings up Ratman, the new Apex. Yeah, you know, put Ratman on the Apex cover, Apex 2 with Ratman. Take Bruce out. Thanks,
Poor
Vengeance.
Bruce.
I needed a reason to watch the new Firestarter.
There you go.
Anthony Mastrani's in the chat, says saw Sonic 2 and Doctor Strange 2 today, both better than the originals, but neither are great movies to me. Purchase worthy at least. Well, there you
Fair
go. That's a
enough.
good assessment.
Yeah.
It's a good
Yeah, it's fair
assessment.
enough.
Haha, I got my tickets to see it in the theater. And I hard agree on the Firestarter score. Already ordered the exclusive from Burning Witch Records. See, Tim's got that. Tim,
Oh
man, you need
man.
to
He's
Tim,
on it.
look, I'm gonna put something in your lap right here. You're big into the vinyls and stuff. I need you, and you know where they're coming from, you know where to pre-order them. You need to start a vinyl version of the physical media reports and let us all know when the vinyls are coming out. I think YouTube needs that. I think you're the guy to do it too. You
That
know, you
sounds like a
call it something.
plan.
Yeah,
That might get me to start buying them.
but then I would start buying more vinyls because I would know exactly where they were and where they're coming from. I think it's Ken's new pet Ratman. If only I had Ratman as a pet. He could do so much damage for me. Hey, Kal-El, I guess got some betas that'll make you jelly. I've been imagining the old 1960s Batman score for Ratman. Porn in 3D was a trip. The money shot was scary. Watching porn on blue felt like it was a front row at a Gallagher show.
Well, I mean, I've seen Gaspar Noé movies, so
I've only seen, I think, one of his movies. He did Climax, right?
he did,
I
yes.
really like Climax a lot. I don't know why I don't have that physically. It's got a regular Blu-ray, doesn't it?
It does,
It's
but
A24, but they never put it out through Lionsgate, so I
if
didn't
you're
get it.
gonna, my recommendation on that one is to import the Arrow release.
Yeah, I know it had an Arrow, but it was overseas. I didn't get it. Is it worth it?
Well, if you want it, that's the one to get because that one's uncut.
Yeah, that movie
And
tripped
it's got
me
the better
out.
sound mix. That movie is the first movie in my entire life that I saw in theater that almost made me a little bit nauseous at one point.
Oh yeah,
And that's why I love it.
it is tense. It is visceral. It was like gave me a feeling like in the pit of my stomach because there's just so much like dread in it, especially when you get to like one moment in the movie, which I won't spoil if you haven't seen it. But
And
yeah,
there's an
it was a
epic
gut
oneer
punch.
in that movie, and that's when I almost got sick. There's a really long oneer, which is a single shot
Oh
that's
yeah,
uncut. So that shot actually is cut, but it's cut and covered with CG, so it's kind of hard to tell. But in the theater, when it was doing that, and like you said, it was already so tense, and you had been looking at a strobe light almost unending for 45 minutes. I started to get a little nauseous, and I looked
yeah,
at my
for sure.
cinematographer who was with me, and I'm like, man, this is the best movie ever.
it was great. I haven't seen it since. I forget where I watched it. I think I might have rented it. I used to rent movies off TV sometimes if they hadn't come out physical yet. But I really loved it.
He has a new movie coming out this summer called Vortex that
I haven't even
actually
heard anything
has
about
Dario
that.
Argento as a star.
Wow.
Yep,
Dario Argento, isn't he making a new movie?
he
Like
is.
it's supposed to be his last movie. Him and
Mhm.
Cronenberg coming out with more movies, one more
Yep.
movie, I guess, before they retire.
Man, that Cronenberg movie, I'm so upset about that. Crimes of the Future. I'm excited to see it, but I saw that. Shoot, I forgot the name of the company. They've already announced the Blu-ray, and it's the same company that did Pig and Spencer.
That's
You know what I'm talking about?
yeah, Decal
Decal.
releasing.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
so both of those movies, and this
So
okay,
it's
this
Crimes of the Future through Neon, I
it
guess, because
is.
Decal does Neons.
Yeah,
Yeah, I know
and
you had issue with the transfers of those.
yeah, on Spencer and Pig, they both have artifact issues. It's bad compression, and I'm like, oh man, why can't a Criterion should have that movie? Honestly,
Yeah, yeah. I can't wait to see it. Hey guys, OTS just subscribed. Hope you're both doing well. Says Pops Movie Dungeon. Well,
thank
thank
you
you,
so much.
Pops. Pink, yeah. Let's see. Matthew says you guys watch Cinema Scumbags. I don't think I've heard of Cinema Scumbags.
I love that title. I'd look at it.
It's a good channel. What are
Yeah.
your thoughts on some of Sam Raimi's movies? Which are the ones that seem to be fun? My favorite is when Raimi directed Darkman with Liam Neeson, which is a fun action movie. Says Aaron
Yes, I
Johnson.
love that one. I love that
I
one.
need to rewatch it. It's been forever. I know. Didn't Scream Factory do an edition of that? I just have
I
a
think
regular
so.
Blu-ray I found at Big Lots like a couple of years ago for $3.
I think that's
That's
Scream
the one I have.
Factory. I have to replace that one. So I don't know, Ken. I don't know if you've heard this, but the whole reason I started doing YouTube to begin with is because when we built this house, I had all of my movies in storage. I had over 2,000 movies in my collection, and in the time the house was being built, someone broke into the facility
Yeah.
and stole 2/3 of my movies.
Damn.
Yeah,
That's a
yeah.
gut
So
punch.
they did. Yeah. I mean, I came in there and I had under 1,000. I had like 800 or 900 movies left, or something like
What did
that.
they leave? I'm interested. Was there
Well,
any rhyme or reason to it? Did they grab
no,
the stuff
there
that looked
wasn't.
expensive, or
No, they were just. I guess they were just going for bins because everything was in bins,
where's my
right?
criterions and arrows?
Well, that was the lucky thing is
They didn't grab
those.
that. They're like,
Yeah,
what the
mostly
hell is
what
this
they
shit?
yeah, mostly what they took were DVDs. They got some
Okay.
signed things, which kind of sucked. But I thought, if I'm going to go through this journey of trying to replenish all my movies, let me just do a YouTube channel and record it while I do it. So that's what's
Yeah.
been happening since 2019 was just a lot of new
Sucks,
stuff, of
man.
course, but then just trying to recoup stuff.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Got to get that Darkman back. Damn it.
But as far as my favorite Sam Raimi movies, I really love the first Evil Dead. I mean, I love all of them, but I'd say the first one's probably my favorite. I know everybody loves Evil Dead too.
I agree
I
with you.
actually saw Army of Darkness before I saw any of them. That was the first one I saw. I saw it when I was like 8. I remember seeing it in a drive-in theater. So I saw that one first. So that was my introduction. I had to go back and watch the other ones later.
So I'm with you. I love all three of them, but I prefer the first one because I think it's the most legitimately a horror film first.
Yeah.
I feel like the other two are comedies first.
Yeah, and I've never been huge on the horror comedies. I love comedy and I love horror, but I've always been very particular about the two of them being combined together. I'm coming around to it. I watched Return of the Living Dead last year. I really enjoyed that.
That's a fun movie.
But some of them I like okay. But yeah, and I mean the Spider-Man movies and the Quick and the Dead, the other ones I grew up with. So those would probably all be my favorites.
He did a really bad baseball movie.
Was it For the Love of the Game?
Yeah. I don't understand where that came from.
Kevin Costner did like 50 baseball movies in the 90s, didn't he?
Yeah, and one of them was good. Bull Durham.
Yeah. Bull Durham. What about
Field
Field of
Dreams? Field of
I
Dreams.
haven't seen that one yet. I thought you were going to drop
good.
a hot take right here now and say Field of Dreams sucks.
Oh, no, it's good. I actually have that Steelbook.
What are your top 3 A24 films? I know you're a big A24 fan. Do you think you
God.
could even come up with that?
That's tough because I love so many of them, but I would say, see, my whole thing about, I don't do a lot of like favorites lists because there's certain movies that are always go-to movies for me, but then like favorites change. But I would say right now, if I was picking, I would go in no particular order. Midsommar.
Boo.
No! Ex Machina.
Ex Machina is in my top 3 for sure.
God, and I love Ty West so much that for now I'm going to put X on that list because I love Ty West. I love the Innkeepers. I just rebought the Innkeepers, and House of the Devil. So I'm going to go with those 3. I'll drop a hot take on you. I don't like Hereditary at all.
That's crazy to me. You like
I know.
Midsummer? Midsummer is pretty much like a spoof of Hereditary. Midsummer to me is like Evil Dead 2 is to the first Evil Dead.
See, I think Midsommar is an homage to Wicker Man, and that's okay with me. That's okay.
It is. I love the Wicker Man, but like it turns all that atmosphere and it takes it, and then it just basically turns itself into a generic slasher, like almost 2/3 of the way in, and then it brings itself back around into its weirdness by the end. It just something about it felt off to me.
And I totally get that because the movie is so weird. It's not going to be for everybody. It just isn't. Like I feel like Lamb is that way too. I know you like that one also, but I think if you came to me and said I really just can't get with that Lamb movie, I'd be like,
I think
feel you.
it's honestly I don't like Florence Pugh. I really don't. I don't like her face when she does her
Okay.
little. She's like this, and he's like,
I
"Oh, I'm
like.
getting ready to cry."
Ooh, I liked her.
That the guy that plays her boyfriend, I think Josh Bradner or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
is that his name? I
Yeah.
love him in Sing Street. Sing Street's one of my favorite movies of the past 10 years, but he is
Man, no one
awful in that
talks about that
movie.
movie. It's so good.
I talk about it whenever I get the chance. I love it. But I didn't like his, character in that movie. I just, they're unlikable, and I think they're
They
supposed to be unlikable, but
they are.
um,
But yeah,
I don't
no,
know.
I totally feel that. Well, what do you feel
I
about
feel
Ex
like it's a
Machina?
movie that in 10 years, maybe I'll watch it. Maybe I'll love it. I don't know. It might grow on me. Who knows?
What
As
about
of
Ex
right now,
Machina?
I love Ex Machina. That's in my top 3 for sure.
So
Love
are
it.
you hyped for Men?
Yeah, I'm hyped
Me
for
too.
anything Alex Garland does.
Yeah, me too.
I love that actress too, Jessie Buckley. I love that.
Yeah.
I didn't love the movie. I'm thinking of ending things, but I thought she was really great in it. I liked
Yeah,
her
I didn't
performance.
I didn't watch that one. I couldn't just get into it.
Yeah, it's a tough movie to get into there because they just talk for like an hour driving, but I was captivated.
Also,
Sh-
wait, wasn't that a Netflix exclusive situation?
it was. It was. I feel like Criterion will put that out at some point, though.
Like A Marriage Story?
Yeah, I think so. I
Yeah.
mean, it
I
didn't get
might watch it
nominated for
then.
nothing, but I
Yeah.
feel like it might. Checked out Groove should be getting that Hitchcock set soon. Really wish Frenzy was included though. Yeah, would be nice.
I like Groove.
Watch The Contractor 2022 on Amazon Prime today while editing. Solid Chris Pine flick. I haven't seen that one. Did you see
I
The
saw it.
Contractor?
I
You
did.
said that was in theaters, right?
It was. That's why I saw it because I had to. I don't know. I thought it was okay. I just felt like it was okay. I think Chris Pine is better than that.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I thought it was okay. It was okay.
KB says 2 weeks. That's discipline.
You can't put those two guys in a movie together and not make me compare it to Hell or High Water, which is amazing movie.
Oh yeah, that's one of the best. I cannot wait for that Steelbook.
I know.
Escape from New York 4K seems like the same transfer to the studio. It is. I mean, Studio Canal pops up before you watch it. So
Okay, but here's the thing about those two transfers, though. I almost bought the Studio Canal one, and I'm glad I didn't because the Scream Factory has more audio mix choices on it, depending on how you watch it. You'll do better with that one.
yeah, I clicked on the audio choices and it was like literally a page this long.
It has Atmos, correct?
Yeah, it has Atmos. Yeah.
Yeah, so you don't get Atmos from Studio Canal.
Yeah. It looked incredible. Looked incredible.
I'm so hyped.
I'd rather just have it from Screen Factory though. I know Studio Canal has it, but I'm not into collecting, the overseas releases if I don't have to. Ghost of Mars is a cheesy B movie, but it's supposed to be. John Carpenter talked about how people didn't understand it right. People took it more seriously than it's meant to be. That sounds like an excuse to just put out a bad movie.
Yep. Now that said, if it gets like a nice boutique release, I might give it another watch because I haven't seen it in years.
Yeah. I think that didn't somebody put that one out? Who put that one out? Mill
It
Creek,
seems like
I
a
think.
Shout Factory or something. Mill Creek, yeah, that would make sense too.
I have watched Ghost of Mars since the theater and I remember enjoying it. Sean says, good evening, everyone. Looking forward to Event Horizon. Frank Rodriguez says, what up, mid-level fam? What's up, man? Moonfall is a decent movie if you take it as a ridiculous fun entertainment.
I can see it.
There you go. All right. I think I lost myself. VHS packaging is nice, but OCD nightmare. LOL. I know. I have no idea what mug is being referred to, says Tony. It confused me too. I'm like, I don't remember Tony sipping from a mug. Maybe you should, Tony. I think that's a new idea for the channel. I'm giving you and Tim ideas tonight. I think that, before you unbox something, you should have a mug. You take a sip from it and then get into the unboxing. I think that's how you should open up videos. Scap said, should have put the spaceship on the cover of Event Horizon Steel. Yeah, I could think of some really cool artwork involving the spaceship and the galactic clouds and stuff in the background, the wormhole and all that. It could look pretty cool.
You put the spaceship on there and we put the shuttle on there and blur the side of it because of what's on it.
Arcadian Simmons has got a good question. It says, Steven, what's your top 3 2022 movies you've seen in the theaters so far?
2022 movies so far. That's the top two are really easy. Number one is Everything Everywhere. That movie that will probably be my number one this year. Number two is
Oh,
X.
you're already calling it. You don't think anything will get better than that?
We'll see. We're gonna see how good Men is,
Okay.
but I don't know. The movie is so you didn't see it yet, right?
No, I really want to.
It's so good.
I was
It's so
begging my
good.
wife to go see it a couple Wednesdays ago. She was like, I don't know about that movie. I've seen memes
Oh
of
my
it. She got hot dogs for fingers. I don't know about that. I was like, oh, come on. We're
It's
being so
so good.
shallow.
So that's my top two. I've seen a lot of bad stuff. So okay, no, it's actually easy because I didn't get to see Belfast until this year. So that's my top three: is
Okay.
Everything Everywhere, X, and Belfast.
Okay.
Yeah,
Good picks. Yeah, I can't wait to see X too.
and Doctor
X2,
Strange is
X
probably number
United.
4. Honestly,
It was fun. It
yeah.
honestly, I don't know what would be my favorite movie of the year. This year's been weird. I've probably only seen like 10 movies though.
So if you wanna see everything I'm watching, I'm on Letterbox under Culture Smash.
Damn. I didn't get your letterbox down below. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I didn't give it to
But
you, and it's a different name. I've had that a lot longer, but
yeah.
Culture Smash is I only put on Letterbox movies I see in the theater, so that I can keep it sorted, separated.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
so on there you'll see because I try to post something for every single one.
Nice. Adrian James says, what's your chill out movie? Do you have a chill out movie?
I have a lot of chill out movies. Someone asked me what my comfort movie was the other day, and I think it's almost the same thing. You know what I like to just chill out and veg to is Star Trek II: The Wrath of Khan. I love that movie.
See, I haven't seen that one. I'm not a
It's
Trekkie
it's
though.
it doesn't matter. That one doesn't matter. It's got Ricardo Montalban with his chest out trying to
I
be
am
like.
at some point. I guess I just need to get that 4K set. Did you get the 4K set? I heard there were some problems with it.
I didn't get it yet because I think they're going to reissue it with a more complete set. I think we'll get a
Okay.
bigger set
Well, I'll
later. So
wait
I'm
till
kind of
that
holding out.
happens. Because I
Yeah,
wanted to get it last year, but there was just too much coming out at that time. And I was like, I don't know if I can devote the time to watching 4 Star Trek movies, but I do want to see all the movies at some point.
it's so annoying because I bought the Indiana Jones set instead,
Yeah.
and I love the transfers.
It's a
Overall,
good
everything
set.
is good, but now they're putting them out individual, and they have much better artwork.
I mean,
And
it's the classic poster art. I mean, you can't
I
go wrong
know,
with that.
so I'm just super annoyed about that.
Yeah. Kids are so lucky today. Movies come out the physical media like 2 months after theatrical release. I remember when the first Jurassic Park came out in June 93, didn't come to video until October 1994. Damn. Yeah.
That's serious business.
Yeah, that's I do remember that though. I do remember that because I was waiting for forever to get a VHS copy of Twister. I remember when I was a kid, like I really wanted Twister to come out so I could own it because I love that movie. What is
It's
your
a
favorite
fun
part?
movie.
Yeah, I love it. What is your favorite part of a movie that, if done right, really makes you happy? Cinematography, score, acting, script, etc.
If
Favorite part
really
of a
done
movie
right.
that, if really done right, makes you happy.
I
Okay, so I
think
guess
it.
he's saying of those, what's your favorite part that, if done right, makes you happy?
Oh, okay. What are the choices again?
Cinematography, score, acting, script, etc.
Oh, it has to be script.
So I guess everything that goes into it.
Yeah, the movie can be shot like crap, it can sound like crap, and it can be poorly acted and still be amazing. Every
Yeah,
every good horror movie from the 70s is terribly acted, but well, not every, but a lot of them are
a lot
really
of them.
badly
Yeah,
acted. But the movie, like the script, excels above that. That's all about the script for me.
yeah. There's not that much great acting going on in Halloween. I love
Well,
Halloween, but
Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I
Texas
mean,
Chainsaw Massacre.
not good. I love that's right
Now, The
there.
Exorcist has great performances, but
The Exorcist is an Oscar-winning movie, and it deserves it.
yeah,
I mean, it's that yeah, everything is as good as it could be in that movie.
yeah. But yeah, I'd probably agree with you there. Derek says I go back and watch The Grudge in theaters because when I watched it in theaters, I farted before jump scare ruined the movie. I was not expecting that while reading that. Hunter Dean says The Shining grossed 47 million worldwide with a budget of 18 million. That's not bad. Yeah,
It's
I mean
okay.
it's more than I didn't know if it was like a Blade Runner thing situation because those movies bombed when they came out.
They did,
Because
yeah.
they went up against ET, and ET killed them like in its third or fourth week. What's your favorite Carpenter's soundtrack? I'd be interested to hear your take on this. I might
So,
surprise people with mine. That's a hard one.
it's a
Or
tough one
you
because
mean
I love them
score,
all.
Don? You mean score? You mean score?
Yeah, score. In the Mouth of Madness.
That's a
Maybe
good
it's a
one.
hot take. I just love it so much. It when I hear that opening track
Now
start,
hold
I'm
on.
like hyped to watch something.
Is that done by Carpenter?
I think
Or
he's part of it. He's part of
okay.
it. I think there's a couple of names.
I was gonna say reframe the question. Like, are you asking what's your favorite score from a Carpenter movie, or what's your favorite
Yeah,
score
well,
that
that would be
Carpenter
different.
did?
Yeah, because Carpenter didn't do the score for The Thing.
Because the one that I was gonna say was Halloween 3, and he didn't direct Halloween 3, but I love the
Yeah,
score for Halloween 3.
it's a
I
good
know
one.
the first one's more iconic, but it's like I find myself listening to the score of Halloween 3 like all the time. Let's see. Convicted Cinema says, as a documentarian, what is your all-time favorite feature documentary?
Oh, okay. That one I can give you. It's called American Movie. And even if you're not into documentaries, you should watch it. It's on Amazon Prime. It's about two guys, or it's about one guy, really, and his buddies trying to make a 10-minute horror film, and they spend 10 years trying to get that movie done. It's hilarious. It's really funny. And every time I start a new project, I watch that movie first. That's my go-to
What did
documentary.
you say it was called again?
American Movie. And you'll
American
recognize the
Movie.
guy. His name's Mark Borchardt. He used to host horror movies on TCM and stuff. He kind of was a face around for a while after that came out.
Nice. Yeah, I
But
need to
yeah,
check that out.
I recommend that one. It's very entertaining. If you're into movies, there's so many good, and like they're all good, but there's so many accurate and inaccurate movie references in that movie. It's just really funny.
Yeah.
Good documentary.
I need to watch more documentaries in general. I just don't watch them as much. I think the last one I really got into was Free Solo.
Oh, I saw that one in IMAX. It was amazing.
Yeah, that was a really good one. What is a classic movie you guys would watch in theaters? It's pretty much the same question as before. I'll Psycho. I don't know. I'd watch Escape from New York in theaters for sure.
2 weekends a month, my art house theater here in Nashville shows classics at midnight, and I usually go to at least one of them. I'm going Saturday to Nightmare on Elm Street.
Nice. I would like to see Nightmare on Elm Street in theaters.
Yeah.
Anthony's Horror Moore's got a good question. Says, if you had the Last Action Hero magical movie ticket, what movie would you like to jump into? Also, which character would you like to bring into our world?
Oh God. If I had that, what movie would I want to jump into? Wow.
It'd have to be something kind of safe. You know, I don't want to jump
Right? Yeah, I
into
don't want to die.
Moonfall or something. I don't
Yeah,
want to
that's
jump
not.
into Independence Day. I mean, I like the
No,
movie.
no, that doesn't sound good. That doesn't. I don't want to jump into Zodiac.
Yeah, I don't want to jump into Halloween. You know,
American Psycho. I don't want to jump into that.
No,
That's a tough one. I'm not really sure what movie I'd want to jump into. What character would I want to bring? Let's just, since we're talking about it, I would say let's just bring Snake Plissken into the real world. He can shake things up a little bit.
perfect answer. Perfect answer. I would probably just jump into, Dazed and Confused or something. Just
That's a
hang
good
out
choice.
with those kids a little bit.
Or yeah, I think I would jump into Almost Famous. That would be interesting.
Yeah. Or I would jump into the Breakfast Club and go to detention with them. That doesn't really sound like much fun though.
No.
Arcadian Cinema says, when will you direct an indie A24 horror flick, Steven?
Call me.
Louise.
Let's go. Call me.
He's ready. He's ready now. A24.
I'm ready. Let's
Call
go.
him up.
Let's go.
Let's see. I own 3 albums and one is a soundtrack. Who you gonna call? Says the big guy.
Oh, there you go.
Let's see. Anthony Mastrai says, idea for you can have each collector on here show us their top 5 or top 10 collector's editions. Would be fun to see. I
I'll
could,
show
but
you my
I
number
don't,
one.
yeah, if you can do it, do it.
I
But
can
I
tell
don't
you the
want to.
best
I don't
thing I
want you
have.
to have to do that unprepared.
This is
That's a good idea, Anthony.
This is the best thing in my collection.
I love that.
Right there. I mean, it has. I got Ken 4A to sign it, so now it becomes the very best thing I have.
And they did not take that, did they? Or was it that came out after? I guess you were robbed, right? That came out in
Yeah.
2020.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
This is pretty.
So
It's
you didn't
pretty
have to
recent.
worry about him taking that one.
No. And
Okay.
I just got him to sign it 3 weeks ago, actually, at a convention here in the city.
Nice. Mustafa says, I'm cutting out my movies watch because I got my SAT and final exams this month. Oh, come on, man. You can put your SATs on hold. There are movies to watch.
We're talking movies.
Come on, man. Where are your priorities? No, I'm just kidding. Good for you, man. Stay in school. Rob Savage says, what are some things in movies that bug you the most that most of us would probably would notice? I guess he's talking to you as a filmmaker.
Okay, so I have a pet peeve, and I call it when you're making a movie, you should show and not tell. And I hate it when an actor almost turns toward the camera and monologues about what's happening instead of just doing it. This is why I don't like, and this is a hot take, I guess, but I don't like Us, because I was kind of with that movie, and then in the third act, you basically have the main character standing in front of a chalkboard, just telling you the movie. I can't. That just sets me off.
While the creep on it score plays in the background.
Exactly. It just pulls me right out of a movie.
Yeah.
Us
was okay. It was okay. Definitely a letdown from Get Out, though.
I'm hoping Nope is good. It looks good.
Yeah, I'm hoping so too. Let's see. Johnny Darko says favorite horror icon for both of you. I'd probably say Freddy. I'd probably say Freddy.
Favorite horror icon. I guess we're talking about the killer, right?
Mm-hmm. Or if you got a protagonist in a horror movie you think's an icon,
I probably maybe. I'm probably gonna say Jason Voorhees.
Jason's a good one.
The Michael Myers movies are better, but Jason in the hockey mask was a big piece of my childhood and still is.
I think the Friday movies are just way more consistent than all the franchises. If I'm being honest, they're all pretty fun.
Yeah.
I'm becoming a Halloween hater recently. That's the franchise I grew up loving. Like I was always a huge Halloween fan. I'd be like, screw Freddy and Jason. Where's Michael Myers? Where's Michael Myers versus Jason? What's going on? Why are y'all leaving out Michael Myers? And now Michael Myers is everywhere. And it's like, I don't want nothing to do with him anymore. Get out of here, Michael Myers. I want more Jason
because
and Freddy.
it's because it's tainted with the franchise is tainted with bad movies.
Yeah, there's too many.
That's what it is.
And they had their shot to come back and make something meaningful. I don't even need anything meaningful. My problem with those movies is they try to pose like they're going to give you something meaningful, and like it's going to be deep and rich, and then they want to turn around and say, "Oh, well, this is just supposed to be schlocky horror. Why can't you just enjoy Michael Myers killing people? Because that's not what you told me I was getting." So
exactly,
it's like what pick one or the other.
And they can't seem to strike the right tone with Michael Myers kills. Because in the newest one, he was more brutal in the newest movie than that character has ever been in the entire franchise.
Yeah.
I mean, he basically
stabbing
just
the guy
takes the
like
guy
20 times on the table. I mean, that's cool. Like it's cool, but it's not.
But it doesn't suit the character.
Yeah.
It doesn't suit what Michael Myers would do. He only kills you if you're in his way, to get to the person he really needs to kill. Stuff to do it for.
But in this new one, they're saying he doesn't need to get anybody to kill. He just needs to get to his bedroom window and look out it. That's all he needs to do. He doesn't care about anything else. Yeah, that's what this Michael Myers in this universe wants to do. He just wants to walk up some steps, go to his old childhood bedroom window, and just stare, and he's done. Objective.
You want to know? Here's what sucks about that though is you and I both will be watching the third one.
Absolutely. And hopefully it's streaming on Peacock, so I don't have to go to the theaters. I'm thinking of starting a similar challenge as Arcadian Cinema.
Do
Purple
it.
Rain,
Let me
Footloose, and
know.
Space Jam are my jam when it comes to soundtracks. Those are all good ones.
Yeah, they are.
All good ones.
Especially Footloose. That's a great one. I haven't thought about that
Yeah,
in a long
Top
time.
Gun's a good one. Goodfellas, Lapke, R. Kelly killed that for me. What R. Kelly? I don't know what Lapke said.
Yeah.
Purple Rain. Oh, Space Jam. Was he on Space Jam? I guess. End of Days soundtrack is my jam. Love most of the bands in it. What about the Mission Impossible 2 soundtrack? That was a pretty jamming one. Now I know why you want to hate me. Told you up front I was a Limp Bizkit fan back in the day. Born to be Rad's here. What's up, Garrett? Says, hey, Kim. Hey, what's up, Kim? What's up, everyone? How you doing, man? Love the 80s style soundtracks and scores. Awesome stuff. X is coming out on 4K, but import only. Yeah, I did see that.
I saw it too, and I don't know that studio at all, the distributor.
Yeah. Tim said he was thinking about doing that. Absolutely, man. Do it. If it's just monthly, man, that's okay. Do it. Do it. Let's see. Born to be Rad is the horror YouTuber of the month. Yes, I forgot to say that. Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Horror YouTuber of the month. And he's got our boy in the community Pops Movie Dungeon nominated. So definitely go vote for Pops over there for horror YouTuber of the month if you're in the chat. Yeah, I said it. Vote for Pops. Top 3 must own Arrow Video Blu-rays. It's a good question. So no 4Ks? Or are you just, saying in general?
Yeah, that's a tough one. So that aren't already out, because I feel like a couple of the main ones that I wanted, like I wanted The Hills Have Eyes, and I wanted the big box of Hills Have Eyes. I wanted the big box of Last House on the Left, and I was able to get those. And I fought a long time to get that house box set, and finally got it. Those are like,
that would be nice to have.
Yeah, it took me a long time to get it at a price that I wasn't gonna have to go into debt for, and I finally did. And those are like, I mean, obviously Arrow has a lot of stuff coming out that I want, but those were when I got into Arrow's collector sets, the really nice boxes. Those were the main ones, and I finally got them.
Yeah. I would say, I did a whole stream with this on 20th and 21st Century Movies, but I would say get Weird Science. It's a great release by them.
Oh, yeah, the Steelbook is nice.
I would say get yourself some Creepshow 2. I like me some Creepshow 2. And
Creepshow 2 is good, yeah.
I'm gonna have to look back here. Oh, yeah, get the stuff. The stuff was really fun.
Oh man, I gotta get the stuff. I don't have that one yet.
Get the stuff.
I need to get it. I keep putting it off. I almost got it during the MVD sale, and I didn't. And I need to get that.
Lapke Vision Films with a super chat just to tell me, Ken, ! Exclamation, ! Exclamation. I love Florence Pugh. I like Florence Pugh also. Florence Pugh.
I figured you were going to say Florence Puke.
I have to hold my nose every time I say her name.
Oh, you know what's a good one is the Flash Gordon Arrow release.
I need to watch that still. That 4K. I need to watch.
It's a good 4K. Yeah,
it came out at the same time as Pitch Black. I still haven't watched the Pitch Black 4K. Was that a good 4K?
I haven't bought the Pitch Black yet. I haven't bought it yet.
That was like the
first one. It
didn't
come out in a nice box or a slip or anything, and I'm like, well, then if it's not
with that?
Then I'm just gonna wait. I thought it was like there was a manufacturing error or something, is what I thought.
Like you can still get Flash Gordon with the slip, but you can't get Pitch Black. I don't even. Did it ever have one, or did it just not have?
It didn't have one.
Like the Blu-ray has one, right? But not the 4K.
Not the 4K. So I thought to myself, well, I'll just wait for it on a sale, and I just haven't gotten it yet.
Let's see. Simple Plan is great.
Ooh,
yeah, I need to see that. I need to see that. I've heard good things about it. Should I get Groovy Collection? Never seen OG Evil Deads. Absolutely, man. But the problem is you're not going to get Army of Darkness in there.
Exactly.
So that's what I was going to say. You got to order Army of Darkness separate. I don't even know if that Scream Factory is still available.
I don't know about that Groovy collection, to be honest with you, because if you like the show Ash versus the Evil Dead,
I've
then
been
yeah,
holding off on it.
I think it's okay. It gets better as it progresses, but I didn't really like the first season much because it felt like a web series.
Yeah.
But it does get better as it progresses. But I think you can get um I don't know if you can still find those steel books, but they had Evil Dead 2 in a nice steel book.
Yeah, the one they did Evil Dead 1 and 2 in like a steelbook together, didn't they? I wish I would
Hmm.
have bought that, but
Me
I
too.
I bought Evil Dead 2 slipcover 4K when it came out. I never got the first one on 4K because when it came out, I just wasn't as into collecting, and I had it on I had the steelbook, like a Blu-ray steelbook. So I was like, I don't need to upgrade this one. So that would be the only justification for me getting the Groovy collection, is the fact that I get to own the Evil Dead on 4K finally. So I've thought about getting it because it's a really cool looking set. I'm not gonna lie, and then I am getting to the point where I am kind of like that. If it looks cool, I'm gonna get it. Look, I just got freaking Moonfall today. For Christ's sake, I could
See,
buy the
I'm
Evil
fighting
Dead
it.
Groovy, and it's cheap right now.
Oh,
It's not bad. It's only
I'm
50
fighting it so
$52.
hard.
Yeah,
But when it looks so cool, it's
it's
like
like
you just want it
if
on the
they
shelf.
put Army of Darkness in it on 4K, it's like automatic buy. Like, but I don't know.
So you got that you bought that or I think you got it sent to you, that Shaw Brothers set, right?
Yeah,
So that's one that's been bothering me because I got the whole set sent to me, but in screeners. So I have all the movies just in like envelopes.
yeah, I've had them do that to me too, where they'll send me some movies and envelopes and things.
But I want that box, and it's just killing me because it would be stupid for me to do that because I have all the movies. But it's so
That box set
nice.
is so nice. Like
It's so nice.
it's up there with the Columbia Classics, like packaging and stuff. Something like
Hmm.
that. They really did a killer job on that set. Whenever I do Kung Fu Month, I'm gonna dive into it. It's coming. It's coming.
Well, I have all
Uh,
the movies, so I'll do it with you. Let's go.
there you go. Simple Plan is Raimi's best dramatic film. I need to watch that.
I
Uh,
could I would agree with that. That's a fair assessment.
Florida Project and Room are my favorite. Florida Project's amazing. I love Florida Project. Room, yeah,
Florida
it's
Project is
okay.
great. So, have you seen? Did you watch Red Rocket?
I love the Red Rocket. Yeah, we watched
Yeah,
that a couple months ago, and I bought
I
it on
still think
Blu-ray.
Florida Project is better, but I really
Yeah, I
liked
do
Red
too.
Rocket
I think it's got Florida Project's got a little bit more heart to it.
and Willem
Um,
Dafoe.
and Willem Dafoe was great in it.
Yeah,
The one guy that plays, I forget what's his name, Simon
Rex.
Simon Rex. He's really
Yeah,
good in it. But the story is a little icky, and it's hard to
it's
really
icky, but it's handled
sympathize with
well.
a lot of that characters. It is handled well. Like, it's a
Hmm.
great movie. I'm not gonna say it's not, but I can't get into it on an emotional level like I can with Florida Project, I guess, is what I'm
Exactly.
saying.
Yeah.
Um, I feel more sympathy for the mom character and the girl and everything. Rob Savage says, so now I know the real story about replacing OTS collection. For some reason, I thought the original collection was lost in a fire.
Oh God,
And there you go. House of the Devil has some great atmosphere. That's a Ty West film, right?
it is. Yeah,
I
I
have
love
it,
the
but I
atmosphere
haven't
in House
seen
of the
it.
Devil. Oh man, it's good. It's really good.
Free Fire is a good movie. I do remember watching that and having fun with it. It's a different kind of A24 movie, but it was good.
I haven't seen it. I don't know that one.
Yeah, I think it came out in 2017, 2016, somewhere around there. It's got Brie Larson in it. It's got a bunch of people in it.
Okay.
It's a fun, like, little warehouse shooter. Like, it reminded me of like a map on Call of Duty or something.
Oh wow.
Like the location setting. I forget like all the story details, but I just remember thinking it was a fun little movie.
So is it like all in one location?
Pretty much, yeah. It's all in one location, and it's basically two groups. And I think there's a drug deal going on. I think it's like a drug deal, or maybe it's like a gun deal. I think they're like selling guns or something to do with that.
All right.
And
I'll
then
look it
they,
up.
get into a shootout. So it's pretty good.
Cool.
I love Florence Pugh. She just posted about eating a hot dog. Well, the Florence Pugh fans will love that. Simple Plan was a great band. 90s pop punk forever. Simple Plan, I remember. I can't remember any of their songs though. They sing the I'm addicted to you. Is that them? I feel like
Is
that's
it?
them. Maybe it's not. Right on. Something good to listen to. I rearrange my Atmos speakers.
All right, do it.
Tron on 4K. Is Tron on 4K?
Is it? I'd buy that if I saw that. I love Tron.
Darkman needs a 4K.
Now, see, that's a movie, Tron Legacy, the second one. Isn't that what it's called? Tron Legacy? Is that what it's called?
Yeah, I think so. I haven't seen any
Yeah,
of the Trons.
it's a terrible movie, but it's got a great soundtrack.
Really? I heard a lot of people like the new Tron.
Oh, it's bad.
Is
Best
it
thing
bad?
about the new Tron was the 3D Disney logo at the beginning.
I need to get Blank Man on DVD. I need it on Blu-ray. I wish like Shout Factory would do some of these movies. I feel like that would be right up their alley to do like a movie like
Agree.
Blank Man.
Yeah.
Love Blank Man and Meteor Man. I haven't seen Blank Man in such a long time, but I remember watching it all the time when I was a kid. So it'd be almost like watching it for the first time because it's been so long.
And it's some movies like that I don't want to see again. I'd like to just remember how
How
much I
you
love
felt when you
them.
were a kid watching them. That's
Yeah, because
interesting.
I see it now and realize that it's terrible.
Not as good as you
And
remember.
it's like, oh god, I'm ruined now.
Kevin L, I can't get on board with this hot take.
What's this?
Exorcist 3 was a really good movie. It was a
Exorcist
really
3 is
good movie.
good.
It is a good psychological thriller. It's not The Exorcist. They're not even the same type of movie until you get to like the last 15 minutes of
Now,
Exorcist
The
3.
Heretic, Exorcist 2, The
I
Heretic,
didn't watch that one.
that's
But
a bad movie. Oh
yeah,
man.
I had a lot of people recommend Exorcist 3 to me and saying it's great, and I'd never really give it a second thought. So I watched it last year in October, and it's a great movie. Um, but it does feel a little weird when you get to the end. It's like the rest of the movie doesn't feel like the last 15 minutes, so it just feels kind of It's almost like they felt like they had to. Oh crap, we're an Exorcist movie. I forgot all about it.
Yeah.
And in the last 15
Yeah.
minutes, let's do some possessions. So the power of Christ compels you, and then they rush through it, and then it's over. So I think that the first hour of that movie is amazing, but again, it just doesn't
I
feel
mean,
like it belongs
it's
in
not
that
as good as the
universe.
original, but it's good though.
No,
I
there's a
think
lot
it's
of people
good.
that will say that. I can halfway understand if you like it better, but it's a very different kind of movie.
Yeah.
It's different. Brad Dourif is fucking amazing in it.
Yep.
But it's a different kind of movie. Let's see. I like to go watch Exorcist 3 in the theater. Yeah, it came out in 1990.
I'd like to
Empire
see that.
Strikes Back, that'd be a good one to watch. Christine, that's a great score too. He's got so many
It
great
is.
scores. It really is hard to pick. It's
Even a
like, what
bad
mood
John
are you in?
Carpenter movie has a good score.
I love Christine. That's in my top 3 Carpenter movies. I love it.
You know what's a John Carpenter score that I really like is They Live.
That's a good one too. I can't think of it in my head. I've got the Escape from New York
It's
stuck
all
in my head
bass.
right now.
It's just bass runs.
I love the Escape from New York one.
It's good. Yeah.
Yeah, I need to watch the They Live. They Live's awesome. I love that one too.
I just got to see that in the theater last month.
That's odd. So do you count those in your Pushing 100? Because your Pushing 100 is all new
Nope.
movies, right?
It's all new releases. Yeah.
So then you also go see older movies as well.
Yeah. Not
They
not
Live, that
not
would be
like all the
awesome.
time, but just certain,
Yeah,
something.
you have those types of theaters in your area.
Yeah.
Awesome. American Movie is buddy of mine, Hat Hole Home Video's favorite movie, I believe.
Cool.
Awesome.
Good choice. It's right there.
Let's see. I am slowly but surely catching up in this chat. We're only 20 minutes behind now. We were 30. I would go back to see Superman, the movie 78. It was my first cinema experience, says Adrian James.
Oh,
It's
wow.
cool. What was your first movie in the theater? Do you
Me?
remember that? Yeah.
I don't. Somebody asked me that not long ago, and I don't. I've seen so many.
Mine was A Little Mermaid.
Yeah. I
That's
couldn't
what I
tell you.
remember.
I've seen so many. It's probably a little bit TMI, but my parents had me very young, and they
Yeah.
didn't know better, and they just would take me to see everything. So I've seen so many movies.
Yeah.
I couldn't tell you.
I feel like, and I don't know exactly how old you are, but I feel like people of our generation are just more desensitized when it comes to that kind of stuff, like movies with violence, and so, because that's the kind of
Yep.
movies like language, sexuality, like because they would creep that stuff like into even movies that were supposed to be for kids. Like there's so much
Hmm.
cussing in like the Goonies, um, and
There
even like
really is.
the weirdness of movies like Beetlejuice and the Tim Burton Batman movies, all movies I watched when I was a kid. There's just a lot of dark stuff in there. So I just remember growing up, my parents didn't really care what I watched. Like I know I was watching Freddy and Jason when I was like 9 or 10. So it was
Me too.
almost like it wasn't a thing where you tried to shield your kids from what they were watching. I don't know. At least in my
Yeah, no, it
household.
was the same. It's the same. And the thing is um my parents would try to shield me from the nudity, but not from the beheading.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like, really? Looking back on it, it's like that's what you chose.
Yeah. Pretty much.
But yeah, there's so many things that people complain about in movies now, and I think, wow, that's so tame compared to what I grew up with.
Yeah. I even find myself, doing it now as a parent. I'll be like, oh, I can't, our daughter will be down there. I remember when she was, I forget what we were watching. We were watching something really bad and we had to keep like covering her eyes like every 5 seconds because sometimes she won't, leave us alone when we're trying to watch
Yeah.
something. Um, I forget what the hell it was, but there was all kinds of violence and sex and stuff. We're like, cover your eyes. And she'll try to be peeking and stuff. Um, but yeah. Have you seen the documentary at Drive-In about Mahoney Drive in PA? It's a good documentary about Drive-In that's still using the original film projectors and only shows classics. That's pretty
Nope,
cool.
but I'll be looking that up after we're done here. That sounds
There you go.
amazing.
Mahoney Drive. There's a really cool documentary about kids remaking Indiana Jones shot back in the 80s, and it's so good.
Yeah,
I've heard of that one.
seen that. Yeah, it's really good.
I've heard about that one.
Um,
Johnny Darko said he wanted to bring the Punisher into this world. Culture Trini says, slap me around and call me Susan. Okay. Anthony's Horror More says, could you please tell me your best and worst movie theater experiences? Um, it's tough to say the best. I feel like the best. Uh, I'll say Jurassic Park for the best. Um, and worst, I don't know. The Grudge 2020. But I don't know if that's the word. I feel like there's a lot of people that have much better stories than I do about people that were super loud and obnoxious and annoying. Um,
yeah, as far
I
as worst, it's
haven't
hard to say.
I haven't had that happen to me a ton. There's been a lot of little annoyances, but nothing like super major. Oh, I guess 300 because they had to stop the movie because somebody had a heart attack. That happened.
Oh, yeah,
Or
that's
something. There was a medical emergency. I assumed it was a heart attack. It might not have been. They might have just fainted. But they had to stop the movie, and ambulance came in, got them, and all that stuff. And then we got refunded and got a ticket to go see it again, which
okay.
I never did.
I'll tell you the worst experience. It just occurred to me. So, do you know the movie Eighth Grade that came out a couple of years ago?
Yeah, great movie.
Yeah, it is a great movie. Bo Burnham. So it was showing in the regular theaters, but we decided to go see it because it was also showing at our art house theater, and we decided to go there because we thought, well, it'll be less crowd, maybe older, skew a little older crowd because we knew that that story was going to be directed toward young people, right? So we go, and even the art house theater was sold out with like the theater was mostly full of like 12-year-old girls.
Yeah.
And we're watching this movie and it's really good. I'm trying to be into it, but every time something sad or cute would happen on screen, it was almost like the entire room in unison would go, "Aw," like that, just like over and over again. We finally, toward the end of the movie, just kind of gave up and we're like, we'll see this again later.
Talk
Um,
about taking you out of the experience.
It was because you can imagine 250 girls going, "Oh," every 10 minutes. It was a lot.
So you're
It was a
saying that a
lot.
bunch of girls that were in the 8th grade went to go see 8th grade.
I know, right?
It's a little
Right.
on the nose.
Exactly. Exactly. We did everything we could to try and avoid that crowd, but that everyone they were all seeing
And
that
that's like
movie.
not, I wonder if they liked it. Because it's not
It's
really like a teen movie like that. Like it's a
yeah,
different
there's
kind of
more
movie.
to it than that, but
Yeah.
they seem to like it. It sure
That's
sounded like
good.
it.
That
Now,
gives me
best
hope for the youth
experiences,
of America.
it does. It does. Um, you know what? Jurassic Park was a good one, a good choice, but I probably have to go with Endgame was pretty damn
That was a
great.
good one too.
It was
I didn't pick it just because recency bias. Um,
reasonable.
like I said,
Um,
it's hard to pick that because you got different movies that mean different things to you in different periods of time in your life, and so
mhm.
it's a very
And
tough.
I always call back to Paranormal Activity also, which is, you know,
I wish I
your
saw that. I
mileage.
didn't see the first one in theaters. I saw the second, third, but not
I
the
saw the
first one.
first one, and
Yeah,
I know people's mileage will vary on that movie,
I
but that
love it.
type of filmmaking was still pretty fresh then, and the audience that I was
Well,
with lost their mind during that movie, and it
well,
was
yeah. I mean, Blair
amazing.
Witch kind of revitalized found footage, but even after Blair Witch, there really wasn't a lot of found footage. It wasn't until Paranormal Activity came out that
Yes.
everybody started doing it. So it really
Mhm.
like set the trend after that.
That was
Um,
such a fun, experience.
I think Paranormal Activity is incredible. I think it's one of the best horror movies ever made. Um,
Did you see
I,
the Second Sight hard box for that movie?
I didn't get it. I still don't know why. Maybe because it wasn't 4K. I just didn't,
Yes. I
But
love it so much. That's
do
a
they
movie
still
that
have it? It hasn't gone out of stock, has
I
it?
think it's still
I
in
need to
stock,
check.
and, that's a movie that probably won't get a 4K because it was shot digital, so
Yeah,
it was only mastered in 1080, so it's not gonna benefit from much, 4K anyway.
yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, if they would have, I wish they would have done like all three movies. I love the first three. Like to me, it's like a perfect horror trilogy.
I definitely
If
like the first 2.
if
I
I
have to
don't,
rewatch the 3rd.
the third one is like, I think the first one's my favorite, but the third one is so good. The third one's the one where they go back into the 80s. Um,
I
and
don't
that has like the oscillating camera on the fan, like
Oh,
that little trick.
yeah, that's
They
right.
introduce so
That
many
was
like
good.
gimmicks and
Yeah.
tricks and filmmaking tricks into that one. It's such a, yeah. I remember being in the theaters and the segment at the end where they go to the house and all the grandmas are outside pacing in the white robes. I literally almost had to get up and walk out of the theater, and I don't get that way too
I
often. Like
love it.
found footage, like is honestly usually scares me more than anything else in horror. And I like being scared when I watch movies. A lot of movies don't
Me
have that
too.
effect on me. But yeah, it's those old ladies, like I couldn't deal with it. I looked at my wife. I'm like, I'm out of here. I can't do this. But that's such a good movie. The third one's awesome. But it just like story wise, they all just connect like so seamlessly together, and they all tie in perfectly. Michael Myers, The Spy Who Shagged Me, says Hall & Oates. Lost Highway soundtrack. I don't know that one off the top of my head.
I don't
I've
either.
seen Lost Highway, but
I've seen it once, and it didn't gel with me, so
how do you feel about David Lynch in general? Because he's not a filmmaker I can really jive
it's
with.
mostly a no. It's mostly
Yeah,
a no for me. I mean, I wanna like him. I feel like I should because he is an artist. He is definitely visual. Like, he has a vision and he gets it out there, but I like Blue Velvet.
Blue Velvet's
Um,
good. That's the best one I think I've seen of
that's
him.
his best one, I think. Wild at Heart is pretty good, but other than that, that's about it
I've
for
only
him.
seen like 4 or 5 of his movies, but as of right now, it's Blue Velvet and then Dune would be my second one,
And
and so
I
that's
don't even
bad.
like that. Yeah.
um, and then I didn't get into Lost Highway and Mulholland Drive. I turned off in like 45 minutes.
Yeah, I didn't
Um,
finish it either.
I just couldn't get it. And see, and you're a filmmaker, and you couldn't get in that movie.
Yeah,
I
it
feel
just
like
didn't.
that's a filmmaker's like wet dream or something. At least the
You
way
see, and
people
that's
talk.
why I feel like I'm supposed to like it, but I don't.
Yeah, so that's interesting. I'm glad to hear that though. Do you have any 3D Blu-rays? I don't really. I think I have the Lorax on 3D just because that's the way it came at like Big Lots, but that's it.
I have a few, and it's only because I've had them for a while, and that's how they originally came out. And it's a shame too because there's some movies that I enjoyed in 3D at home more than in the theater. Like the 3D was like because the brightness of TVs at home can be brighter than the projectors at the theater, and that helps balance the color. I enjoyed it, but my projector in this space here doesn't do 3D, so don't. And the TVs are going away, so.
Yeah, for sure. Let me see.
But if you like those, if you like 3D Blu-rays, I highly recommend getting Dread 3D.
Yeah, I mean, some people swear about 3D. They really
Yeah,
do.
Dread 3D is pretty great even at home.
Cal Daly says, so I'm guessing the video has jumping. I don't know. I don't know. Bye, everyone. None of my questions seem to be making the cut. Okay, man, I didn't see any questions from you tonight. Let me go back up. Of course, you're probably already
all
long
the
gone by
answers.
now. Shout out to the Hillbilly Hunter Ken and guests. Says 90s Jason and more. Let's see. They're trying to make a new Darkman sequel. Exorcist 2 is a dumpster fire.
It is, yes.
They shoehorn the exorcism scene into the end of The Exorcist 3. I believe the Scream Factory release has both versions.
Oh.
Nice.
Nice.
Let's see. Annabelle movies are pretty good, says Alkratz. Do you like the Annabelle movies?
I only like The Conjuring, the first one. That's really the only thing.
Oh, you don't like the second one? I really enjoyed
the second one is okay. Second one is okay, yeah. But I haven't really liked the spinoffs of any. I've watched them.
Here's a question. What is your favorite movie that's based on a video game? It says Skull Crusher.
Okay, I have two guilty pleasure kind of movies that are based off video games that I actually enjoy watching. And one of them is the first Resident Evil movie, the first one.
It's a good one.
And I really enjoy Doom with The Rock.
Oh, I have not seen that since the theater, and
it's a bad movie, but there's
I
some
don't remember
moments,
enjoying it too much.
It's bad. Okay, I know it's bad, but there's a couple of moments in that movie that just crack me up, and for that, I'll watch it.
Yeah.
Most video game movies are bad. I like Silent Hill. I like that one a lot, and it's not good either, but I like
Silent
it.
Hill. I remember loving when I saw in the theaters, but when I bought that Scream Factory release and rewatched it, I didn't like it as much.
Yeah,
So
it's not that
I don't
good.
know what it was. I was like, this isn't as good as I remember it. And I love the games. I just didn't feel like they.
I like Rhoda
really
Mitchell.
Captured. Yeah. Let's see. I want to see a limited release of a documentary, which they never screened due to projector issues. No refund. They gave me a free pass to something else. Haven't been to the theater since. Wow,
Well,
it
that
just completely turned him off of the theater.
That's serious.
Best theater experience: Die Hard, old theater. No one knew anything about the movie. Great sound for an old theater.
Oh, nice.
When I was 5, my mom took me out of preschool and told me we were going to clothes shopping, but it was a trick. We went to see Return of the Jedi on opening day. Blew my mind. Wow, that's a good trick.
Yeah, it is a good trick.
Your mom's awesome. What about The Elephant Man? I haven't seen him. Have you seen The Elephant Man?
I haven't seen that movie since I was a kid. I remember not liking
The
it
Elephant
then.
Man as a kid sounds like a tough watch.
Yeah, I was probably too young for it, so maybe I should try it again. Maybe I should give it another go.
There's that one, and there's Eraserhead that I need to watch because I have both.
I don't care for Eraserhead. I've watched that one twice.
I need to watch those to complete. Also, I need to watch Wild at Heart too. I had that shot release. So,
have you seen The Straight Story?
No, that one's the one that's supposed to be like his regular movie.
Yeah,
right.
About the old guy driving the tractor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have not seen that one, and I haven't seen the Twin Peaks movie because I never watched Twin Peaks. So yeah, why would I see the movie?
Yeah.
But,
exactly.
Let's see, Twin Peaks. I like Cronenberg Scanners, Ken. I know you don't like it, but I'm glad. It's not that I didn't like it.
I like Scanners. It's Michael Ironside.
Outside of the head blowing up, I don't think that film ever tops that moment. So I was a little disappointed in it.
Fair enough. I
I'll
like
be
it though.
honest.
It's not my favorite Cronenberg, but I like it.
What is your favorite Cronenberg?
My favorite Cronenberg. So God, he has so many that are good. I like nearly everything. I like History of Violence. There's a movie called Existenz that I really like that is not out on Blu-ray in the United States. Um that one might be it. I really like that movie. It's about a video game actually. It's about a video game made out of biological material that like goes into your head kind of or into your back and then up your spine. It's twisted David Cronenberg stuff. It's really good.
I have to
That's probably
check it
my
out.
favorite.
Sounds like a
Your
good popcorn movie.
yeah, it is. Your Eureka has that movie. So I've been really thinking about importing it. It's so
Nice.
good.
Yeah, Cronenberg, I couldn't gel with him either on some of his movies. Some of his movies I did really like Videodrome I really liked.
Videodrome is amazing. I love that.
Um,
James Woods.
I didn't like Dead Ringers.
I like Dead Ringers.
I didn't like Rabbit or what was the first one he did?
Okay,
Shivers.
Rabbit and Shivers are lesser movies. If you tell me you don't like those, I'm like, I got
Well, I
you.
mean those were his
Yeah.
first two. I was trying to go in order. And then he did The
Oh,
Brood. The Brood was okay.
I like The Brood.
Brood was all right.
Have you seen Spider?
No, I didn't see Spider. I wanted to watch
Spider's
Naked
good.
Lunch, but I never got around to it. Because I watched like, I don't know, 8 or 9 Cronenberg movies a couple years ago.
Oh, cool.
I was doing theme months on my Instagram page, and I did a Cronenberg month, and I got through like 9 or 10 of his movies. But I still need to see Eastern Promises. He's
That's a
got a
good
lot
one.
of movies. Like he's got like
Yeah.
40 movies or something. Like it was
Yep.
crazy. And I like the Dead Zone. I didn't love it the first time I watched it, but when I rewatched it with the Screen Factor, I liked it a little bit more.
I like it. Yeah, I mean,
So
it's like I don't like lose my mind over it, but I like it.
yeah, I'm really interested to see what his son's gonna do next because I thought Possessor was amazing.
Did you see the uncut version of it?
I did not buy that one physically yet, so I think that was another one I rented.
It
So
has some.
whatever version was on there is what I watched.
Well, it's called the uncut version is called Possessor Uncut,
But
so
it's
it would have
not.
it in the.
So what was it with that one? It was only on the 4K was the uncut, and it wasn't on the Blu-ray because the Blu-ray had a different cover.
Yeah, they had different colors, and one of them actually says uncut, and the other one doesn't. And it
I
has
don't
some
think you could buy
racier.
the uncut one at Walmart, I think is what it
You can't.
was.
You
Something
can.
like
It's
that.
like Satanic Panic. You can't buy. You can only
That
buy
was so
Panic,
stupid. That
right?
was
It's
so
the
stupid.
stupidest thing.
Yeah.
But it has a racier couple of scenes in it, but also I think impact the plot a good bit.
Yeah.
So it's worth having that one.
Ben Grimm says, "What's your best gimmick box set? I like I had the Planet Earth that comes in the globe." Oh, do you have any gimmick box sets?
I'll probably go with Phantasm.
I don't know if I have a lot of that kind of stuff.
I don't have a lot of it. Most of the stuff I have is in like just hard boxes or regular slip covers or whatever. But Phantasm probably.
I guess I would say the Beetlejuice handbook for the recently deceased. I mean, I have like special
Yeah.
editions and stuff. I just don't know if you would call those like gimmick box sets.
That I have the complete Battlestar Galactica TV series, the new one, like the one from the 2000s or whatever. And it's a
Yeah.
weird box. It's like a Cylon head, and you pull it and it splits. It's terrible. I hate it, but it was a good
Well,
deal, and I wanted those Blu-rays. So,
sounds pretty cool.
but the Phantasm set, I have 2 Phantasm sets, and I know I told you I don't double dip, but the first Phantasm set I have is the DVDs, and it's the Phantasm ball, and it splits, and the discs are inside. And then I
Yeah.
have the Blu-ray set that just has a ball sitting on top of it.
Nice. Nice. I'll take 3D over 4K. But yeah, guys, we're going to wrap it up here probably in about, 10, 15 minutes. I don't want to keep you here all night. I know you're a busy guy.
Yeah,
So get your
go
last
ahead.
minute questions in, and definitely, guys, definitely subscribe to Off the Shelf Movie Night. His link is down below, and go follow him on TikTok because he's doing a lot of stuff over on TikTok.
Yeah,
And the
let's do it.
Instagrams and all that
Well,
good stuff.
my Instagram is kind of like, it looks like it's it looks like I'm posting to it more than I actually am because TikTok reposts over there. I don't do a lot
Yeah.
of Instagram, and
Yeah.
honestly, it's only because their interface is not very friendly to my vision impairment.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
so stuff does happen over there, but I usually just reposting.
Yeah. I need to
Can I
get
just
more
pick
into that.
something up? I don't know what you're doing for your uh, months coming up, but I did just pick up. I just did pick up something pretty cool. Just putting it out there. Just
Clint
putting it
Eastwood.
just putting it out there.
Should I dive into Clint Eastwood?
I just came across this Dirty Harry box set, has all the movies in it at
Clint
a
Eastwood
used
month
place.
would be a cool month. Um, I feel like I kind of did it with Western month, but I guess he was only in 4 of the movies I watched because I don't think I watched a lot of his other stuff. I didn't watch Outlaw Josie Wells, and I didn't watch Pale Rider, Hang 'em High,
You covered a
all
lot of
those.
ground in that month, though.
Yeah, I got some good stuff in. I was happy, but I am doing Western month part 2, so I will be able to watch some of those. But yeah, the Dirty Harry ones I couldn't do, and I do want to watch Play Misty for me as well.
That's a good movie. Yeah.
I haven't seen that one. But yeah, guys, definitely subscribe. Do you so you say you're a filmmaker. Do you have um any films that are available to watch that you
I
can
do.
shout out for people to maybe go see?
So my current film is a documentary called Family of Fear. It's a documentary about the largest, well, one of the largest haunted house attractions in the Southeast. And it follows a year of them building this haunted attraction and all the young people that come together and scare the hell out of people. I mean, some crazy stuff happens in this haunted house too. You won't believe it. That movie's currently, you can get it on Amazon on DVD through Green Planet. And
Nice.
we signed a streaming deal, and I think it looks like they're going to hold the streaming release until Halloween season. So if you want to see it now, you have to get the DVD off Amazon. But if you don't mind waiting, then it'll be streaming closer to Halloween. That's my
Awesome.
current thing. Yeah,
Awesome. Awesome. Yeah,
and
definitely need to check that out. Send
it
me
was a
the
fun, crazy project.
So you said it's on Amazon right now?
Yeah,
What's it called again? I'm gonna
Family of
look it up.
Fear.
I'm gonna look it up right now.
Oh, thank you. Yeah,
Is it on DVD?
it is. It's on
Or
DVD.
okay.
Yeah, unfortunately, that's what happens with documentaries. They don't often, some, the bigger ones do, but a lot of documentaries get pushed just
Oh,
to
I see your
DVD.
name right next to it. That's cool.
There you go.
All right, let me see. I'm gonna share it. I'll I'll link it down below
Oh, thank you so much.
when the stream goes on.
There it is.
Family Affair. There you go.
So that artwork right there is actually the facade of the haunted house attraction. This thing is 60,000 square feet. It's incredible.
Nice. Good stuff, man.
200 people.
Good
Yeah.
stuff. Yeah, it's very cool. Get your name right next to it. That's awesome. Awesome stuff. So yeah, definitely check that out, guys. Let's see. Anthony, it was awesome. I reminded Mom how cool that was every year. So yeah, we already talked about that, but you said you like Dead Ringers.
I like it. Yeah. I wouldn't put it in my favorite ones, but I like it.
Scap
It's a
said
nice
Dune.
criterion.
Scap said Dune is horrific.
Okay, I agree. I do. I agree.
Audiotron says Lynch basically disowned Dune. Did he though? Did he really do that?
Did
Did he
he?
disown it? I don't see why.
Yeah. I
How's
mean, it
that?
definitely looks like him.
Is that a stain on his filmography? I mean, David Lynch has
Since
done a lot of stuff.
he's so busy doing weather right now.
Yeah. Do you consider Mill Creek and Vestron Video to be boutique labels?
That's a
Nah.
tough one. Not really.
Vestron sometimes. I don't know what you
Vestron
would
sometimes.
consider boutique or the criteria to be boutique. For me, they have to have a substantial amount of extras and special features. And Vestron will do that sometimes, but sometimes it'll be bare bones. And Mill Creek is almost always bare bones.
Yeah,
So
I think it has to be two things for me, and people have asked me about this before, and I always say Mill Creek isn't, because a lot of times Mill Creek doesn't even do new transfers.
yeah.
They're just taking,
Now
like,
Mill Creek, you'll get those cool slip covers,
Yeah.
which could be make you give the aesthetic that it might be a boutique, but it's really not.
And I used to get those slipcovers confused with the MVD ones. And MVD, I do consider a boutique. They do pretty good
Yeah,
work over there. They at least will give us, they'll at least freshen up the scan, somewhat.
for sure.
Um, but yeah, Vestron is it's they walk the line. Vestron, I think. I do get a lot of their releases because they put out cool stuff, and
Do you
those
feel
slip
like
covers.
because I wasn't a Vestron collector, I don't know if you were before they started like making them super cheap and putting them out of Walmart and stuff.
I
Um,
wasn't. Yeah, I
okay.
started when they did that.
I'm
Yeah,
interested in knowing, like, was it different? Did they do a better job on the transfers back then? Did they have more features back when they were doing
I
like
think they
wall
did.
liner and stuff as opposed to now? Because what's with the price drop? Like, why is it so much lower now
I
than
think they do
they used to go
less.
for like 2025 and now they're like 12 or 13. But some of them I'll find some good special features, like the Wraith, I think.
Hmm.
I think that
The
had
Wraith is a good one.
I think that one had a couple brand new special features for that, and it also had like some 30-minute long featurettes that were like from previous Blu-ray and DVD releases. But I think it had a couple new ones on there too. Um, so yeah, I
It's a
think
hard
they
call for them for me.
yeah.
I have some release like I like the Warlock box set that they put out. The with those.
Here's what I think makes and this goes back to your point earlier. Here's what I think makes Vestron a boutique is they number them. So that that makes them feel
Ah,
more official. Uh,
son of a.
so they number them. That's a boutique.
I hate
That's
it
the
when they. I hate
hallmark
it
of
when
the
they number 'em.
boutique.
God, I hate it when they number them because
Yeah, be
Vestron puts
like
out a
them
lot
all.
of movies that I don't like,
Yeah.
but I,
Shout Factory is the one that gets on my nerves because it's like they number their Shout Selects, but they don't number their Scream Factories. And then they've got like other Shout Factory releases that they just release on Blu-ray that's not a part of the Shout Select. So then it gets like
mhm.
confusing. And it's like, why do you number some, but you don't number others? I know they did Shout Select, I think, before Scream Factory. So
Yep.
maybe that's the reason, but I don't know. Seems kind of weird.
I get annoyed with Scream Factory on their pricing because I look at what they charge, $32 for compared to what Arrow is doing for $34, and there's no comparison. You know, they just have such good IP. They get all the good stuff,
Yeah.
so they get my money. But
Yeah. That's they're the top dogs right now.
they
I mean
really are.
them and I don't know. Would you consider Scream Factory the top of the boutique game?
Just simply based on IP, they have to be. I mean, they've got the big
IP.
IP, and I
It's
bet you if anybody can do it, they'll figure out a way to give us that Nightmare
when
box
you're
set.
talking about the devotion of the fan base, it is really hard for me between them and Criterion. Like there's some real diehard Criterion people out there, and there are some
Yeah.
real diehard Scream Factories. It's almost like Marvel and DC of boutique labels, with Arrow Video just kind of in the middle, and like, hey guys, I'm the real best boutique label right here. Why doesn't anybody talk about me?
I mean, I
That's what
probably
it feels
have
like.
yeah. I probably have equal numbers of Criterion and Scream Factory on my shelf. I have a lot of both.
Yeah.
But
Did you see Masters of Horror episode Cigarette Burns by John Carpenter, On and Off Mountain Road by Don
yep.
Cora
Don
Selly? I have
Coscarelli.
not. I have
Don
not.
Coscarelli is the director of Phantasm. Yeah, I love that one. That's a grail thing for me is to find that they have a DVD collection. I don't buy a lot of DVD, but if I come across that used somewhere, a DVD collection of Masters of Horror, the whole thing, I would really love to find that somewhere, but it's probably so expensive.
Nice. Anthony's Horror More asks, what is your favorite subgenre of horror? Slasher, creature feature, found footage, etc.
Oh God, I love subgenres. Um, what is yours, Ken?
Oh God, it's hard. It's
I,
really
I
hard.
I love a
I
lot of
would
them.
say it's um probably between slasher and found footage, but
I'm probably
also
just gonna say slasher.
I would probably have to say slasher. I feel like I've seen more slashers, and it's just one that it's like if I'm just in the mood to watch a horror movie, it's probably gonna be a slasher. I have to
Yeah.
be in a certain mood. If I watch a found footage movie, like I'm sitting there in the dark with the blankets all around me, and I know I'm gonna get scared and messed up. Um, Slasher I can just throw in and watch and have a good time with. I do like my what would you call them, like art house? I know people call them elevated horror,
I hate that
whatever
term.
you want to call it, art
Yeah.
house, elevated horror. But also, would you like put? It's a new term, but would you put The Shining in that? Would you put The Exorcist in that? Like, what would you classify those movies as? Possession, um,
Probably yes.
ghost stories,
Um,
haunted house stories. Like, I
um,
don't know.
I like, but I mean, if we're going to use the term, I really like elevated horror, but at the same time, like some elevated horror isn't quite horror to me because it didn't scare me. You know,
Yeah,
it's because there's so much more going on. I pick slasher because that's just what I have the most of on the shelf. But I like a lot of stuff. I love body
yeah.
horror because we're talking about Cronenberg. Um, I just bought that from Severin Films. I just bought that nunsploitation box set they have.
I saw that the other day.
Nasty Habits.
Yeah.
Like I bought it and I was
I
gonna
haven't gotten
unbox
into
it.
the nunsploitation yet.
I was gonna unbox it,
I'll
but
have to
there's
do the nunsploitation month on the channel.
well, you won't be able to unbox any of it because there's so much nudity on the
My
packaging.
wife will be like, "What are you watching this month? Naked nuns."
Naked nuns.
Oh
She
my
has on a
god.
habit. She's not
I'll
completely
be in
naked.
trouble for that one. What
Mhm.
is the number one movie you hope Screen Factory to re-release this year on 4K? Oh, re-release. Definitely Sleepaway Camp 2. I
That'd
want
be
both of
great.
them. I want both of
Well,
them.
what I really want them to do is finish out the Halloween movies in 4K.
Oh no.
I want them to finish it out. I gotta have them
Is it
all.
just the completionist in you?
Yeah.
Because if you really think about those movies, ugh, it just makes my
It,
skin crawl.
if it wasn't the completionist,
Curse of Michael
I
Myers is
know.
okay.
Yeah,
H2O, ugh.
I like H2O.
Resurrection,
Resurrection's
ah.
terrible.
Rob
Yeah,
Zombie's Halloween 1 and 2. Like 2 might be all right. Two's all right.
it's literally
Oh,
that though. It's
gag
that
me with a spoon.
because if I'm just gonna buy the ones that I really love, I'm only gonna buy like 1 and 3.
I will buy them, but I will begrudgingly buy them. I will be arms crossed while I'm hitting the button to order on Screen Factory. Be like, God
But
damn
sleep.
you, because I'll have to have them in my collection.
Of course
But
you
it's like
will.
it's not as exciting to me. To think about watching those 5 movies compared to watching 1 through 5 last year. Like that's the excitement level is way down. Can't do it.
Now I do the Sleepaway Camp is a good choice. I wish they would do a box set and just because they had that DVD box set that was
I
so
haven't seen
cool.
the third one, but yeah, I'd be down for the third one too. Plus, those are so like expensive right now. You can't
Yeah,
buy just the Blu-rays of Sleepaway Camp 2. You can get the first one, but not the second and the third one.
right. I would.
Um, but yeah, the Halloween 4Ks.
I mean,
Ah,
my dream is that they give us a Friday the 13th style box set of Nightmare. I just want that so bad
oh yeah, yeah,
because
for
the
sure.
Nightmare box set that I've got right now is terrible because it's got multiple movies on each
Yeah.
disc and it's just bad.
The thing about the 4Ks coming out though, those 4Ks, as I don't have H2O and Curse, or no, I have Curse, but I don't have H2O and Resurrection on Blu-ray. So those would be upgrades for the first time. I would have them on Blu-ray. So
Yeah.
I guess that would be kind of cool. Let's see. We're gonna pick out one more question, and I'm gonna find a good one. Who's gonna be the lucky question here? Moniker. What genre do you put movies like Gremlins, Critters, and Ghoulies in? That's creature feature, right?
Yeah, that's definitely a creature feature. You want to put Gremlins in something else because it's so family oriented. But if you look at it, like you were talking about earlier, how you were saying that movies now aren't as edgy as they were back then. Well, Gremlins is a great example. It was much edgier than you think it is.
Oh yeah, that was a straight up Christmas horror film.
Yeah, yeah,
At Lapke Vision, I'm gonna watch Throw Mama from the Train and Strangers on a Train. I just heard that was a remake or a comedy remake of Strangers on a Train. So then that makes me interested. It feels like I have to do a double feature And maybe for the first time, I'll do a double feature review on the channel of both
That sounds fun.
for Hitchcock month. All right, look, I'll do one more comment. Nude nuns worth big guns is a fave. All right, that sounds good. But look, Steven, I appreciate you being here tonight, man. This is a hell of a fun time talking movies and physical media. You want to tell everybody one more time where they can find you on the TikToks and the YouTubes and all that good stuff before we get out of here?
Absolutely.
Let's
So
do it.
Off the Shelf Movie Night on YouTube. And then that's the two best places, honestly. Off the Shelf Movie Night on YouTube. I'm posting there a few times a week. And then on TikTok, OTS Movies, I post there little things daily, whatever movie things that are happening throughout that day, I'll post. And I'm going to do a series pretty soon. I'm going to start talking about eras of horror movies, and I think the first one I'm going to talk about is French extremism from the early 2000s, because there's some really crazy stuff. Like High Tension is the one everybody knows. That's a really good movie, but I'm going to talk about a grouping of those coming up pretty soon. So
yeah, High Tension's crazy.
yeah, there's so many other movies like that one from that
Is
era.
there a good physical media release of that one out there?
Not
I
yet.
have it on DVD. I think I got it like at Half Price Books or something.
That's
like
it.
years ago.
Yeah.
And yeah, I watched it about 3 years ago. That movie, yeah, that was a good movie. That was a good movie. But yeah, man, appreciate you being here. Appreciate everybody in the chat. We had 65 people in. At one point, I think we had like 95 people in here. So appreciate y'all joining us here tonight. All the great questions and comments in the chat. Definitely subscribe to Off the Shelf Movie Nights. Does some great physical media content. Has a great knowledge and insight on film. So I cannot recommend this channel highly enough. And again, appreciate you being here tonight, man. But yeah, we're done. We're gonna get the hell out of here. Like this video, guys. If you haven't liked this video, what are you doing with your life? Like the video.
Smash it.
I need you to like this video. If not for me or Steven, for our rat overlord Ratma over here, you gotta like it at least for him. But
he needs your support.
He needs your support, and we all need your support. So hit the like button, subscribe to Steven's channel, and we'll see y'all later.